Good.
Welcome to another episode just off the plate. It's episode 42. We got Armando Sanchez.
God damn.
I'm Cody Hester. Joining us tonight, De Los Ramones, Adrian Elo Lopez. Welcome to the show. Gentlemen, how we doing?
Doing good, man. How you doing, Ayla?
Blessed, man. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you
Cool,
guys for
cool.
having
Yeah,
me.
man. It's long overdue. I figured this was a good opportunity. You guys had a badass game with the Hot Shots battle, a fight, a classic fight. We'll get into that, but
Not only a badass game, but you're having a badass season.
oh yeah,
Right?
man. Yeah.
Correct.
Damn, man. So it's going good, and we'll definitely get into those games. And let's see who we got up in here. We got Carlos already here. He said, "Let's go."
Shout out to my boy Carlos one time. Let's go,
Yeah,
baby.
and then hopefully we'll get Braylon in here too. 'Cause Braylon's he gets in here too. So hopefully we get some few more Ramonas in here.
You already know.
We'll
But
get some
They'll trickle in.
they'll trickle in right little by little. Uh, the but man, me and Ayla were me and Adrian were talking about the game a little bit, trying to get some insight behind it. But it was a battle, right, bro? I mean, fucking 13 innings in the first game. 13 innings, man. One pitcher.
Wow.
On each side, one pitcher on each side.
So about 180 pitch count?
Probably 200, bro.
Yeah, dude, north of 180 for sure. Both
Jeez.
sides. Both
Yeah.
sides.
Yeah, damn, man. So, it was a double header, right? Double header.
Correct.
And were you the only guys that played this weekend? Or no, it was Blue Jays and Hot Shots, right?
Right.
And so just some on point. It's the so it's gonna be, Hot Shots are waiting to see what the outcome of your guys' game is, right?
Correct.
So because they swept, because it's 3-game series, because the Hot Shots swept, then that's it. They're just waiting for these guys to show up, and we'll get into how they didn't get to finish the game and how that's gonna come out. And but we got David Cotton in the house, and then who we got? We got Braylon, of course. There's Braylon. There's Brett. We got Jose.
So 2 games is all it took you, huh?
Well,
2 dog fights.
2 games.
Two,
A game.
1 point.
and-
What? Put 1.9
Yeah.
1.9.
Actually, I don't know when you
1.8 and 2/3 at the moment.
if you include the first 13 innings,
Oh.
maybe you got 2 games there.
Yeah.
That's true,
We
bro.
are like
Hey,
about
try to
that
stay like
good.
right here, so that way we
Okay.
can. Yeah. That way we can. But yeah, dude. I mean, it was a battle, man. It was a battle. So I guess let's just fucking get into it then, dude. So
Sure. Come on,
so
let's
so
get it.
Sunday 10 a.m. right? 10 a.m. is the
10 a.m.,
start.
correct.
Okay.
And
Third-
you guys are coming off a bye, right?
We are. Yes.
and
Okay.
rainouts and rainouts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
about
yeah.
a good 3 weeks off.
So okay, yeah, you have plenty of time to rest. I wouldn't say you were cold, but plenty of time to rest, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So how'd it go, man? I mean, walk us through it a little bit. Get some key points in there.
Oh man. So we can go back to the series of the Bombers, and it was the first round of playoffs, and winner goes to the next round, loser goes home, and in between weeks, we work out, on our own.
Yeah.
We hit here and there. So we go into the Bombers. Burrito always has a pretty good team.
Burrito, who's Burrito?
Burrito, he plays. He's a coach.
He's a coach.
Yeah, he's a coach. He's a guy that sells a lot of bats everywhere.
Okay.
And so he's one of their like main guys. He's probably maybe about 40 years old.
Gotcha.
But he produces some good teams here in Sunday Leagues and Coastal. So we go against them. Good fight. Good, great fight. We end up beating them by 7-1.
Okay.
So I think the following week was our bye week. So that got rained out. The next week, that's when they played. So this week was the third week. And coming into the game, coming into the day, Saturday night, I was like, okay, you know what? It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good series. So I told myself, whether who pitches on their side, on our side, we got to give it our all. So waking up, I was like, okay, you know what? Let's get locked in. Had my ritual, my oatmeal in the morning.
I was about to ask you, do you have a banana with that oatmeal?
I don't. But let me tell you something off the record.
You might want to think about, including that in your regimen.
Yeah.
So just for people who are on here that like to fish, never take a banana on a boat. Let's put it like that. That's bad luck. Yeah.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, man. But you know what's so crazy? I took a
I
banana.
have
on a boat.
first-hand knowledge of that, so yes, yeah, it's absolutely correct.
Because that's what you do on the side too, right?
Yeah.
Fishing.
I
Right?
love to fish. I don't really go hunting, but I do more fishing with my dad, kayak fishing, boat fishing. But yeah, Don't ever take a banana on a boat. But you know what? My last trip to Trinity Bay, I said, you know what? Let me take a banana. And guess what? We almost limited out. So I was like, okay, you know, I just defeated that odd.
We beat the curse.
Good for
Yeah.
you. Complete opposite for me.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so let's get back to Sunday. You know, we were locked in. You know, as soon as morning hits, me and because you have a group chat with the Ramones. From the time somebody wakes up, talking about the game. Hey man, stay locked in. Man, stay locked in.
So what do you do to get locked in?
What time does that kick off?
Oh man. Well, to be honest, this past Sunday, I woke up at 10 o'clock game. I woke up about 6:45, 7 o'clock, knowing that this could potentially be our last series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, you guys seen and other people seen that, you know, our squad, as usual, as other squads, are a family. And I told myself I don't want to let them down by staying up too late the night before, drinking too much.
Good move, bro.
And during the season, my dad would always tell me, hey man, you know, don't drink too much Saturday night because, you know, it's going to affect your play. And I was like, oh, man, I'll be good. So during the season, I mean, I had an okay season. But also because of Saturdays, you know, I would stay up late, you know, go here and there. So I was like, you know what, this past Saturday, I was like, you know what, I'm going to take it easy. I drank two beers.
Okay.
But the biggest reason
Was it like at 3 o'clock in the morning?
No,
or?
no.
I mean, yeah, that would be a difference maker.
So let me tell you guys something that it's a big factor why we played Sunday.
What's up, Jordan?
So, hey, what's going on, Jordan? So, Saturday, I umpired 4 games, and the field was wet, extremely wet at Schwartz. So, Breilin, myself, Don Chuy, some of the Cuban teams, we went out to Schwartz to rake it up. Man, if we wouldn't have done that, we wouldn't have played Sunday. I kid you not, man, because once I got to that park, after I umpired, I got there like around about 5:40. Dude, this thing was so wet from first base to third base with 2 rakes, a leaf blower,
Wow.
and the thing that you rake
Leaf
the leaf
blower?
with, a leaf blower. You know, we just took it just because.
Hey, man, but if it worked, it
Get
worked.
the water out of there.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's good. I mean, it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, so I just want to, you know, big shout out to Team Cuba, and of course my squad, Los Ramones. Like, I kid you not, if we wouldn't have gone Sunday wouldn't have been played, because even Sunday, man, it was still a little wet. By about 12 o'clock, it was decent. So by the second game, you know, it dried up for the most part.
Yeah.
But
Let me pause you right there, bro, because I saw that video, and I think what I wanted to share the video, but I couldn't, like, it didn't allow me to share it because I wanted to show that it's a community, bro. Like, if you really want to play, you got to put in the fucking work, not only in yourself, but into the field sometimes. I mean, it shouldn't be that way, right?
Right.
It should be the city fucking taking care of business, right? But at the end of the day, if you want to fucking play, you got to go fucking make it happen, especially with the shitty ass weather we have here. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was the same thing with HBA game on Saturday. They said that if or was it Saturday or Friday? But shout out to Joshua Booth. He like raked it up and did it. If he wouldn't have done that, we wouldn't have been able to play. So it's good that you guys put in the work and took it upon yourselves, right? Because here's the thing: you could easily wake up Sunday knowing that you're not gonna fucking play and complain about it, bitch about it. Oh,
Right.
fucking the fields ain't fucking ready. We didn't get to fucking play, but you guys did something about it, and I just want to shout you guys out. That's pretty dope,
appreciate
dude.
you.
Yeah, the city, they're going to do the bare minimum, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, cut the grass, that's about it. Anything extra, you got to do yourself.
Yeah, dope.
Exactly.
So I think I commend you guys, and I commend you guys not only bringing your squad, but bringing the other squad, right? Because if it's just you and it's them, yeah, they're gonna play, but it shows that, hey, even though we're gonna compete, we're gonna compete Sunday, but we want
Right.
to get the field to get ready together. So I think that's cool.
Yeah, y'all were on the same team that day,
Yeah.
but on different teams the
Yeah,
next.
the next day, right?
Exactly, man. You know, so whenever that did occur, I told myself, like, man, this is what Sunday League's about. You know,
Yeah.
speaking on myself and some of my teammates, we only play once a week. So let's say a rainout occurs the week prior, a second rainout, potential rainout. What are we going to try to do? Avoid that. So, we all work 40, 50, 60 hours a week.
Yeah.
And we play once a week. So why let a beautiful day, man? Because Sunday was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
Gorgeous,
it
man.
was,
Blue
dude.
skies from I can't remember from where to where, but man, it was an absolutely gorgeous Sunday.
It was.
So, that's one thing that I hate. Waking up on Sunday and I get that text from our coach. Hey man,
Right
game's
now.
canceled. I'm like, what? I open my blinds. Dude, not a cloud in sight. So yeah, so that's a big part why we did it as
No,
well.
that's good. No, that's good, man. And I think, like I said, man, it's pretty dope that you guys went out there and did that thing, man. So
Well, you're on a long enough delay, so it's like, hey,
That
we
was a
got to
big
make
thing
this
too,
happen.
man.
yeah, yeah.
You don't want to push it into, late November, and then it starts to get cold.
It starts to get cold, man. I hate
Yeah.
fucking playing in the cold. So I think that what you guys did was good, man.
All
It's
right,
pretty good.
appreciate that.
So you guys get the field ready. So hold on, let's go back to this. I want to know what the hell you do to get ready. What's your morning routine?
Okay. So you're gonna find this funny. Funny. So we're gonna go back to the oatmeal. That's normal.
Yeah.
Eat my oatmeal. So it's about 7:15, 7:20. Of course, gotta brush my teeth.
Yeah.
And I have this platform on TikTok. So usually what I do is I make a little video to get me pumped up for the game.
Right.
And I made this video. The second video I made on the way to the game, remembering the people who passed away at the Astrofest.
Yeah. Right.
I didn't know who they were, how old they were, if they played baseball, softball, basketball. So I made a little tribute, and I told myself, I was like, you know what, I want to make this tribute for them. I want to play for them. And, that was outside of what I usually do.
Right.
But, I do want to mention this. So I made the little tribute. I say, I don't know if anybody that did pass away played baseball or whatever sports, I want to play for them. And, I'm not going to say that my success was because of that, but for that day, but that's what I did want to mention right now, that the reason why things went our way, I believe, is that, sometimes, you got to dedicate something to the people who, passed away. It was unfortunate, whatever happened, but I just, I did want to mention that,
That's cool.
because there was a 14-year-old that now that I do know, he played ball.
Okay.
He was from Memorial High School.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and, dedicate that. But going back to my ritual, I wake up, eat my oatmeal, make a little video. I eat this place called Kolache Donuts on Southmore Avenue in Pasadena, Texas. I get the same thing, a large sausage and cheese kolache with the Red Bull, and guess what? Ibuprofen. It works every time.
Bro, I feel like ball players or I guess athletes support ibuprofen, like whether it's Advil or Tylenol. Like we support that fucking farm,
Dude.
that drug, man. Because I don't know who doesn't have that in their fucking bag. Like I'll take.
Red Bull and Advil. So how many stolen bases do you get?
Ooh, man. So
'Cause that sounds like a good recipe for stolen bases.
Yeah,
It is. So, I'm a heavier set type of guy. So I try not to steal as much, but in the 2 games, I only had 1 stolen base. I'm not, I'm not one to be known as, a guy with wheels. But,
Right.
I tend to make it happen.
Yeah. As long as you make your plays where you need to and make it work, because you don't want to get too greedy. I mean, we don't all have blistering speed, Cody. So some of us take it easy. Cody's been getting on me. Cody's been motivating me to steal a little bit more. I've been I have the reputation of stealing, but lately, bro, it's like I don't have the confidence to steal, so now I'm just kind of hanging out at first base.
Right.
He'll be like, why you, even my boy Xavier's like, hey, how come you should be at fucking second? I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good right here. Why don't you just hit me over there?
Right.
Why don't you hit a triple so I can jog into home? You know what I mean? But it's true. But it's all part of the ball game, right? It's all part of getting in scoring position. So part of being lead off, right? You gotta fucking get to second and all that shit. So
Know your role.
know your role, right?
That's big.
All right. So you get your ibuprofen, you get your Red Bull. Then what? You get to the field. What?
So I get to the field.
Any music on the way in that you listen to?
You're going to be shocked of what I listen to. I listen to a bunch of talk radio.
I was gonna guess Mariah Carey, but okay, let's go. I would have been shocked with that.
So on the way, after I make my little video, I listen to 790 AM Sports, listen to what they got to talk about, and then I'll switch over to 740 AM, because usually it's like the Garden Show. Surprisingly, the Garden Show. Sometimes they have oh man, what's his name? I can't remember his name, but he talks about like the newest automobiles, the pros and cons of each one. So
Yeah.
I try to stay updated with that. Then finally, about 5 to 7 minutes before I get to the field, I listen to my walk up song, and my walk up song is it's a Drake song. It's called Scholarships. And man, that thing gets, I'm talking about, I'm damn near wanting to break my dang windshield, everything, because it gets me in the mood,
Right,
you
right,
know.
right.
So like, okay, man, let's do this thing, let's ball out, let's ball out. So that's up to the field, up to the time where I park. That's what I do.
Damn, that's a pretty good routine, right? I mean, I mean, to me, everybody has a routine, and we all have our superstitions, right? We're like, hey,
You have to. You're not a ball player if you don't, right?
Right.
Then you're just out there in the wind. You don't know what you're doing.
After I think a couple of years ago, I injured my back, and the therapist told me, hey, you need to stretch, which I don't know about you guys, but I never stretched when I was younger. Like I just fucking got out there and did it. I don't know if you stretch now, but me, I got my routine before I leave. I don't give a fuck if I'm gonna be close to being not late, but not as early as I want to be.
Right.
But I will stretch because I don't want to get hurt again. But one of my things that I try to do to get motivated, especially during baseball season, is I'll turn on the game. Like I'll
Okay.
turn the game on and or ESPN or something, and just watch other dudes succeed and going, all right, let that motivate me, let that kind of sink in. Like, yeah, I want to be that dude right there that just hit that double or whatever, hit that home run. I mean, I'm not a home run hitter, but you get pumped up about it, right?
Right,
So
right.
I try to use that to go in my brain, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But that's my little routine. I gotta have my little stretch, and I don't like to get there too early, but I don't like because some people want, hey, get there an hour. I'm like, bro, I don't like to start too early because by the time I'm old, by the time if I start my routine an hour before, I'm cold by the time the game starts.
Well, I lied about that
You know
one.
what I'm saying, bro? So there's the thing of like just getting there, getting settled in, working your way in there, and then getting warmed up, and then it's right about game time, and you're warm. You're ready to go. What do you do, Cody? I know you do. You owe me on banana. What besides and your newspaper? What's
No newspaper. No, quality carbs. 2 hours to an hour and a half before the game.
Okay.
That's what I like to do. Yeah, sometimes I'll follow it up with a banana. But I do like to get to the field an hour before,
Do you?
right?
Okay.
Because I like to think about it. I like to get mentally and prepared, right? Because it's a mental game. Think
is.
about it. Visualize everything. Visualize the stolen bases. Visualize the hit. Visualize your at bats. So I don't get right into it when I get there an hour early, but
Just kind of ease in.
I kind of ease into it. Yeah. So
That makes sense.
yeah. And the longer you're there, the comfortable you feel, right? If you're getting there late, you're rushing, you're here, you're there, you don't have
Right.
everything taken in, right?
Yeah.
You get there early, you take it all in, and you're ready to go.
Well, he's right about that because like if I've had games where like I show up like 5 minutes before, nothing good ever comes out of that fucking
No.
game.
No.
Like nothing good ever. So I agree with you. So, but it's interesting to talk about. Everybody has a routine. I'm sure the guys, watching in. Josh tuned in. Dominic's in here. Dominic. I'm sorry, Dominic. Dominic is in here. But I'm sure everybody got their fucking routine, right? You gotta
Right.
do this. You where you stop at your favorite breakfast place or whatever. Like you said, your music right before I'm on here listening to my walk-up song. I think music is a big part of
Oh,
it. You know what I mean?
extremely,
So
extremely.
do the Ramones have walk-up songs when they play or not? I know some teams do.
As of late, the past, I'd say 3 to 4 games, we've had walk-up songs.
Cool.
In high school, in college, I was a big fan of it. Because that's the song that gets you going in that moment. So past 4 or 5 years, we didn't really have, because I've been with the squad for many years.
Yeah.
But we didn't really have any walk-up songs. But shout out to Jimmy one time, El Caballo.
El Caballo,
His
okay.
wife thought about, walk-up songs. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, shit. And you know what's so funny? The week that she started doing walk-up songs, I pulled my damn groin.
Oh, because
So I
you're
was
trying to ball
like,
out.
Man, yeah, man. I was like, dang. And I was at work. Guess what I was doing to pull my groin? So I work at the juvenile center. My PE teacher there. And during the rec class, the kids were playing kickball. So they're like, hey, Lopez. Oh, well, now they call me Alo because I talk about my TikTok all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
So they don't say Chief. They don't say Lopez. No, they say, hey, Alo. So I'm like, oh, okay. So they're like, hey, come play kickball. So okay, cool. It was a Thursday. And, we're playing kickball. And I make a sudden movement. Guess what? I felt that pop. I'm like, God. So then I fall down, and then the funniest thing, they're like, "Hey, Alo, are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm just tired. I'm just tired." I was like, "I'm just tired," but deep down, I'm like, the first thing that I thought of, I'm missing Sunday.
Right.
I was like, "Dang." So then I took off. It was that Sunday and 2 regular season games to end the year. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna take these off. But with the mixing of rain out, so it was about 4 to 5 weeks.
That's when sometimes the rainouts come in handy, right? Like if you got hurt, those rainouts come in handy, right? Like, all right, bro,
Man.
like guys, gives me some time to recover, right? I mean, we want to all ball out every day or one game day, right?
Oh,
And
exactly.
I think it's important, like what you said earlier too, was that you play once a week,
Right.
right? Like it kind of sounds fucked up, but like I play a few times during the week, so it's
Right.
like I do want to play, right? I do want to
Mm-hmm.
play, but if I don't play that Sunday, I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
I totally understand.
I've already played a couple days of the week, Friday, Saturday. It's like, oh, I'm okay, but I still want to play. It's like pushing my body. Like I tell everybody, like I'm 42. I push my body as much as I can to see what I can do. How far? I mean, when we were Arizona, right? I mean, we're playing double headers. We're playing, game after game.
6 games in what, 4 days?
4 days,
Yeah,
yeah,
God
man,
yeah.
damn.
yeah. So it's a lot, man, and but we do it for the love of the game,
Exactly.
the aspect of like just being competitive, right? You're being super competitive. You're trying to not only competing with the other team, but you're competing with yourself, right? Like, hey, well,
Right.
I went 1 for 3 last time. Let me see if I go for 2 for 3. Let me go if I go for 3 for 3. Like you trying to improve on what you did before to help your team win and get that W. So, all right, so we got the routine down. We're there, right? You're playing
Right.
Los Cubanos, right? Which is, just like you are legendary, right? They have a history here in Houston. So going into it, what's going on? Like, your first at bat. What's going through your mind?
Oh man. So my first at bat, facing Frias. I think I faced him once before, but this was back when I was like maybe 16, 17. So going into that at bat, I was like, okay. Well, no, I'm sorry. We faced him during the season, and I went, man, I think I went 0 for 3 against him because
Right.
they stopped the game against us.
Yeah.
Tip my hat to them. They did their thing. We didn't have such a good game. It's baseball.
That's baseball.
So coming into the game, my first plate appearance, I know he's heavy slider. He's heavy slider. He mixes in his fastballs, tries to come in. So I'm like, okay, you know what? He sees me at the 7 hole. I think I was batting 7 the first game. Yeah, the 7 hole. 7 or 8. And I'm like, okay, he sees me at the bottom of the lineup. He's gonna try to blow a fastball by me and get to his pitches. His favorite pitches.
Right,
Slider.
right.
Just so I'm like, okay, first pitch, I'm going after it. Which he threw me a first pitch fastball inside. It kind of got an in on the hands, but I was able to keep it fair and got me a single out of that. I get to first base. Typical ALO. I don't care what people think. I'm like, let's go, Ramon. It's our game. So cool. And in the back of my head, I was like, he probably won't like that.
I don't know any pitcher that likes that, but
Right?
No, but I like how you think of that last, right? You don't
Right.
think about it first and then not say what you're going to say.
Right.
Think about it after the fact.
Yeah. So that was my first at bat, and yeah, man, I was fortunate enough to get my first hit off him in the past 2 games up to the moment, and that was my first at bat. And we just pieced up some stuff together, and yeah.
13 innings, right?
Oh man, 13 long
So-
stressful innings.
So this is the stats that you sent me earlier. One pitcher went 13 innings, first game, doubleheader. So 13 innings, one error, 14 Ks, 2 walks, 6 hits. Okay, so and they won the game with the walk-off hit, and we can get into that right there. But
We're going to shout him out. What's the pitcher's name?
Man.
Larry what?
Shout out to my boy Larry, the mother effing Rodriguez, man. Man, this dude, man, from the day he came with us, he told us, when I'm playing, when I'm pitching, I won't lose. Guess what? This was his 6th game with us. Every time he pitched, every game he's played with us, guess what? We have not lost.
Nice.
This game, man, like I said, man, he poured his heart out. Man, we were battling against another great pitcher, Frias.
Yusuf, yeah, yeah.
Shout out to Joseph. He did his thing as well. But man, like I say, this is one of the games that I'm fortunate enough to be behind. That I've never been a part of another game that a pitcher has done what he's done and hit a walk-off to win his cause. Never.
Oh, he hit the
never.
walk.
He hit the
walk-off.
walk-off hit. Bases were loaded. I was on third base, 2 outs.
13th, bottom of 13th.
Bottom of the 13th.
Shit.
Pass ball.
I'm already tired of thinking about it.
Man.
Well, he didn't want to pitch anymore, right?
Man, pass ball. But I didn't get a good read on it. I was like, dang, 2 outs. Cool.
But here's the thing. You got 2 outs. Pass ball. Like, you have to make sure that's good, right? Because you don't want to be the what's the thing in baseball? You don't want to be the last out at third, right? So you don't want to be the last out at home.
Let alone home.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly, right. So it's one of those things where you made the right call, right, bro? Because
for sure.
Because if you chance it, you think you have it. I mean, yeah, they could have did a wild throw, bad throw, whatever, and you get in, you win the game, you slide in, right? But you get called out, and what? Now they're always gonna remember that you were 90 feet away, and you would have just waited. Boom, you would have got, they would have, hit you in. So it's a tough thing. So you're waiting there. Larry's up to bat, the pitcher, 13 innings. I'm sure he's fucking tired. Arms got to be goddamn dead,
Man.
right?
Lats, chest, abs, everything.
Right.
Everything.
And so he hits a little blooper, little single. It was a shot.
Oh man, hold on. Let me get into it. So yeah. So
Hey,
then
some pitchers can hit. Don't be assuming.
My bad.
man.
My bad, Larry. My bad, Larry.
So then pass ball goes by. Doug's like, hey, come on, Halo. But see, whenever you're on third base and the ball kicks to the catcher's right side, you can't really get a good read.
Yeah.
Because you don't know if it's kicked off hard or kicked off slow.
Shorts, right?
Shorts,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So then
What's up, Macho? What's up, Jay?
one of the main reasons why I didn't go, because I knew who was at bat.
Yeah.
All season long
You gotta
against
recognize.
shout out to Jordan, man. No shots, but
We got Jordan, we got Johnny Cruz, the legend, we got Carlos in here,
Hey.
dude, man. We got everybody. Look at Larry's in.
Larry's in.
Larry's in.
And then what did I tell you, man? RBI 2010 champs.
I saw that.
And then Carlos was also part of that team.
Yeah.
So me knowing who was at bat, I said, you know what? I'm not gonna risk it. So, boom. I think the next pitch was a ball. And I'm like, okay, I was getting, bitch stabbed by my teammates. Hey, man, you got to be there. You got to be there. I'm like, dude, it's 13 innings. Do you not see these legs?
I mean, bro,
they don't work like they used to work in the first
I'm
inning.
with you, bro. I'm with you, yeah.
So then back in early in the season, we were playing against the Gulf Coast Indians.
Yeah.
Larry, it was 3-3, the bottom of the 8th or top of the 8th. Larry hits a 3-run jack at Schwartz. We beat him 6-3. Shout out to you, Jordan, man. Y'all got a hell of a squad. And but throughout the season, man, his first game with us, first at bat, first pitch, I kid you not, probably smoked the ball about good 102 miles. I kid you not, at Mason 3. So then going back to this at bat, so 2 strikes. Larry's been having a good game on the mound. I think he had like 1 or 2 hits that day against Frias. He comes up with a big hit. Line shot to left center. As soon as he hits that, because you can see the launch angle, and you can see what a fly ball is, what a line drive is, and dude smoked that. As soon as he hit it, I posted on my TikTok. I said, "Let's go!" And that's how we beat them the first game. But it was, man.
It wasn't easy, right? They gave you the battle. The battle you expected. I gotta believe, right? I mean, to me. When I knew you guys were gonna be matched up, I'm thinking it's gonna be a battle, bro. It ain't gonna be. You're not gonna walk all over. They're not gonna walk all over you. You're not gonna walk all over them. They're gonna give you that fucking battle. And to go 13, when you told me 13 innings, I'm surprised, but I'm kind of not surprised, right?
What was the final?
I think it was 2-1.
2-1.
Oh wow, really low scoring game.
So that sounds like that was Larry's game all the way. Like
sure.
that was his game, right?
Right.
Did
Yes.
everything he needed to on defense, and did what he had to do on offense.
Right. And when you look at that, and of course Cody knows I have everybody knows I have my strong opinions about pitchers, but Larry's not the guy that I'm talking about. Larry, is the athlete, the athlete pitcher, right? That can pitch and hit. There's a few people up there that can do that. There's not every fucking pitcher like that, but to me, here's the other thing. You got to tip your hat to both pitchers, right, for going 13 innings, because they held you guys. You went up there 6 times, right? So you went
6 times.
3 for 6. So you had 6 times to make your adjustment, and still they kept you guys, 2-1 game, right?
Right.
So shout out to those pitchers. But then here's the other thing, and we'll get into game 2, is that you had a doubleheader. right? So here's what I'm saying, and I guess, well, I'll let you get into it, but my thing is, position players, well, guess what? They got to fucking play the next game. You know what I mean? But what I find out is Larry, right? Larry played the
Right.
second game too,
He
played
did.
third base.
He started third base, man.
That's crazy, right? So this guy pitched 13 innings, comes in and plays third, and he's hitting too.
He is hitting. I think it was like 3-4 hole.
Damn, man.
And we told him after that first game, we were like, "Hey, Larry, how'd you feel?" He was like, "Well, if y'all would have taken me out, there would have been some problems." So then I was like, "Man, I respect the hell out of this guy." Because my thing is, you pitch 13 innings. Let's just say, we go into the top of the 14th. We bring in somebody else. First pitch, Los Cubanos, they hit a home run. Larry pitches 13 innings for somebody else to come in, hit a home run. So who's going to feel bad? The new guy that came in or Larry?
Yeah.
More
Yeah.
Larry, right? Of
Yeah.
course, the new guy. But, it was his game. He was going to win it or lose it.
It's tough, man, because we were talking a little bit earlier, pre warm up talk to hear getting the stuff ready was, the game plan worked out, right? Because I have my mixed emotions, and Cody knows this about leaving a pitcher in there too long, because
Yeah.
you've already seen him 6 times, right? You've already seen Yusuf 6 times, right? So by the second, third time, you've already made your adjustments. You've already seen everything that he has, everything that he can do. I mean, there's sometimes, doesn't matter what the pitcher is, doesn't matter what he's gonna throw. Sometimes you just can't do nothing with it, right?
I know that's right.
Right. So but the fact that you saw them that many times and they still kept it good, it's commendable for the both pitchers, right?
Right.
When you look at, he only gave up 1 run. Like, why would you? Why
Yeah.
would you pull him, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if they're not scoring off of him, if they're not tattooing the ball left and right, which I'm sure maybe they had some shots, but it couldn't have been that many if they
No,
only
of course
scored
not.
1 run, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys had great defense as well.
Oh man, dude. I mean, so we've had great defense the whole season, but this past weekend, man, I wish I would have got some video recorded. We turned, I think,
I wish yeah.
2 or 3 double plays. Shout out to my boy Juan, our starting pitcher. The second game, he threw out after I think it was the first game, but he threw out a potential tying runner at third base playing left field. And mind this, the dude, I think he got signed out of he was a free agent. He got free agency. So he played with the Nationals years and years ago, and he's pitches, hits these days, but he had a crucial play in the outfield. Pitcher, one of our pitchers that hits, had I think 1 or 2 home runs this season. But the biggest thing on both ends was defense this week. Defense and pitching. That was probably the biggest thing, man. And like we spoke about that this week, defense, I mean, it's man, it was second to none, man. All year, both teams played hard, grinded. Imagine 13 innings and trying to stay locked in.
Yeah, for second game.
Oh.
And you went to the fucking first one, and then 13, and then you hit the next one. It's like, fuck, I gotta do this again.
Right.
And of course you're hyped up because you got some adrenaline going with you, right?
Yeah,
Because
well, you take all the momentum, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a chance to end this today.
yeah.
And the biggest, so we really could have, not to toot our own horn, but we really could have opened up the game, the first game against Cuba, because the final hit stat line was 16 us to 6 Cuba.
Wow, and
Yeah.
it was still a 2-1 game.
Still 2-1.
That's crazy.
When I say we left a lot, we have good hitters. We have pretty good hitters, but a good pitcher is always going to stop that, right?
Yeah.
And we had, I think, about 3 innings of bases loaded against Yusuf, but timely hitting wasn't there.
Right.
But that goes to show, that, like I said, good pitching over good hitting, and we told ourselves, keep grinding, stay locked in. It's gonna take that one good hit. Braylin Familia, man, shout out to the second baseman of Cuba, El Mago. First and second, we were up 2-1. Braylin with 1 out hits a shot up the middle. This dude makes a diving play for a double play. I'm like, God, man, because that really could have opened the game up. That would have been 3-1. Runners on first and third now, and who knows what would have happened.
Right. Momentum carries you, right?
Man, dude.
It's a momentum killer.
And this
for
was
sure.
like in the 6th inning.
Damn, man. Okay. So you done what? I'm sure what 60, 10, what? Probably 4-hour game, 5-hour game, 5-hour game, maybe.
Yeah, I'd say about 5 hours.
Yeah. how much break do you get between that one and the second one?
Oh man. So I had enough time to drink 3 beers. So I had enough time to drink 3 beers, and I did post that on my TikTok too. So so you guys can believe that.
Hey,
So
bro.
15 minutes.
Oh man.
Hey, it's funny. He's like, I don't drink Saturday night, but I'll drink Sunday during the day.
In the middle of a doubleheader.
Hey, fuck it. Whatever you gotta do to get yourself
Right.
ready. Right?
And then you know what? There was a bunch of water because I usually I like drinking Red Bulls. So then I made this little TikTok. I was like, hey, we just got done with our game. And I was like, man. But before the game ended, I was like, dang, man, I'm getting thirsty. Drinking water. At the end of the game, super stoked. My dad, El Palomo, shout out to my dad, man. Legend in the game. Legend in Sunday League in Houston area. Played in Candlestick, at the Dome in Sunday League. Because before, they would travel.
Yeah.
And he brought a bottle and started giving shots to everybody.
No shit.
Well, in the squad. So then Juan, Darwin, everybody started taking shots, and I was like, "Damn, we got another game." So then,
Dude, dude, on double hitters, I'm worried about eating. This motherfucker's just taking shots.
Yeah. Maybe that's the cure to numb the pain,
No
right?
shit, dude.
We need to keep these guys
And I
going.
gotta believe they're probably popping pills, right? The ibuprofen,
most
right?
def, man. I definitely popped another two. Definitely another two.
Yeah.
So then, they gave us about a good. By the time the umpires, switched out their gear, I'd say about 20 minutes, 15, 20. So yeah, so we did that. Had a good little time. They were like, "Hey, little man, we gotta play again." I was like, "All right, hold on."
At least
Yeah.
the weather was good, right? It
Oh.
wasn't 100 degrees.
That
Yeah,
that made a
helps.
difference.
Oh,
That
dude,
It did. It
boy.
was beautiful.
Oh, man.
I was in Galveston, so I know it's
Hey.
beautiful. So yeah.
Yes, sir. Hell
So
yeah.
that's just dope. All right. So then you go into second game. Of course, they want the revenge, right? I mean, hey, they lost. It's still a close game, but they want the revenge. You're going in there. Who you guys put on the mound?
So we put on Juan Bermudez. Like I say, he's the guy that played with the Nationals for a couple years. Great pitcher, man. Great stuff. Fastball, curveball, changeup, slider. Also hitter. He goes up there with the mindset of, hey, you know what? I'm gonna beat this team. Because prior in the season, he came in whenever they beat us 8-0. He came in I think the 6th inning before they stopped the game. I think he pitched 2 innings. Only gave up, I think, 1 earned run, 2 unearned, and struck out like 4 or 5. So what did he want? His revenge. So he came out, pitched all 9 innings. I'm sorry, 8. So then our last inning, we were like, you know what? Shout out to Darwin Ereu del Rio. He came in and, due to the lighting, man, it was a tough situation. But Juan pitched his ass off. And you know what? The thing that I noticed about Cuba, we seen defeat in them.
Oh no shit. What was the score? What did you? Because so explain what happened. Because there was a hard stop because there was no lights, right? Is that right?
Right, correct.
So what was the score right there?
The score was. I'm sorry. The first game was 3-2.
Yeah.
The second game it was 2-1. Runners on first and third with 2 outs.
Right. So they had no access to the lights. So at Schwartz. So the game. So they're
During the doubleheader.
there's a double
Right.
header.
Let me get something straight. Your first game was at 10 a.m.
Yes.
You worried about the lights at the second game. What time did you start?
Oh man. So the first game, like we spoke, man. The first game went about north of 4 hours,
Okay.
and I'd say the second,
Does it get dark earlier? That probably
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. An hour
Okay.
early.
That's right. We're fighting that daylight.
Yeah,
Right.
and then of course it's you still got daylight, but it's one of those ones where like you don't want to be playing ball right at daylight,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You don't the ball's dirty, right? You're not MLB. We getting brand new fucking balls, right? So it's
Right.
like, hey, shit, you don't want to take a shot to the face. So
You hit that twilight pretty early.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's terrible, man.
Okay.
But,
Yeah.
we dealt with it. We dealt
So
with
I mean, so you guys, so you're gonna find out tonight whether there is a continuation this weekend, right?
So, from what they said is that in the regular season, as long as you cross that 5th inning, the bottom of the 5th, going into that 6th, it's a complete game. So I'm like, okay, cool. We won. We won. It was a win that no one wants to win like,
Right.
but it's a win. You go to the championship.
Yeah.
So then we got clarification, and in playoffs, it's not like that. So now we have to continue on Sunday for 1 out. So it's the bottom of the ninth. Runners on first and second. I'm pretty sure they're gonna pinch hit the guy that was supposed to hit. I think it was their 9 hole. Yeah, and yeah. So it's first and third. 2 outs, and we're up by one. And who knows? One swing of the bat, bottom of
Change
the
the
ninth,
game, yeah.
they could win it. Or one pitch fly ball, we could win it. So it's like during the week, we all we're just waiting, practicing, getting ready, staying locked in, like I said. And because playoffs, is it you got to have a different mentality.
For
It's
sure.
not just regular season where, oh man, I'm just gonna go to the game if we win or lose.
Well, dude, and that's what I think. That's what I like about ballers and athletes, right? That know that, okay, bro, I don't expect you to pitch 13 innings every fucking single game of the year, but here I need you to come through, bro. Like, I
Right.
need you to come through. So I do think that, going back to Larry doing his fucking thing and coming through, and then you guys staying out there and doing your shit, like, you have to. You have to change it up. You gotta leave it all out on the field. You gotta let it fucking on right there. I mean, because you don't know what kind of season you're gonna have next season. I mean, my biggest thing, what I've learned over my years of playing is like, there's some seasons, man, you look like a fucking all-star MVP, and then the next season is like, what the fuck happened to me? Like, I can't catch a single to save my life. You know what I mean? So and we even see it in the majors, right, bro? Like, you don't got guys going multi-year MVPs and shit like that. It's like you got one MVP and then you might not see him for another fucking couple of years, right, or whatever. I mean, it's a really hard thing to keep up that kind of high performance, right? Even pitching, you could literally wear out your arm, I don't know if you heard, I don't think you've heard, but I don't know if you heard. I know this Saturday, bro, a fucking pitcher broke his arm. And yeah, pitching, like, you fucking see him. He's right in the middle of the fucking throw, lefty. Snaps.
And
Right.
what league is this?
HBA.
yeah.
HBA, yeah, bro. So you got a guy that went 13 innings, nothing happened. You got a guy that didn't even make it through the full game and broke it. So
Second batter. It was the second batter.
Of the game?
Yeah.
Oh man.
yeah, and it's crazy, man, because hopefully he recovers and he plays again, or he comes back to 100%. I don't remember the pitcher's name. If somebody can shout him out, I know he's a Redbird. I just don't remember his name.
I believe it was Connor.
Connor.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. If anybody can shout him out on there, and because it's a player, bro. It's a
Right.
player, right? You know what I mean? We all play this game for fun. We don't get paid. We
Right.
love doing it, and we hate to see somebody like that, end this season. Hopefully, it doesn't end his career. Obviously, it's gonna end the season, but hopefully, it doesn't end his career, and hopefully he gets a speedy recovery, man. I mean, because it was ugly to see, man. Like, I'm sure he was in a lot of fucking pain.
Yeah, he was on the mound for 30 minutes, and he had to get carried off on a stretcher. I mean, and when you break your arm, you don't want to move it.
No.
It's painful.
Hey, what's up, Paul?
We saw that. We heard about it with the Diablos. It was a guy broke his humerus.
Right.
On the Diablos,
And I
I think that was at Shorts.
And I think that's what this guy broke too, humorous
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So
And Dane actually, he showed me the X-rays, and it shattered in 4 or 5.
Fully snapped.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
It was 4 or 5 pieces. Yeah.
yeah.
And
I
you
mean,
never want to see somebody get injured on Sundays,
bro.
Saturdays.
Ever. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, as an athlete, I don't care how much I hate somebody that I'm going against. You never want to see an injury. I'd rather
bro.
you beat me than you get injured, man. You
Yeah.
never want to see that.
No, you
Never.
don't, man, because we all got jobs and we all got livelihood. And the thing is I've said this is like keeping people keeping healthy, right? Longevity, bro. Like you said, you've been doing this since 15. So 15 plus years you've been besides your younger years, but you've been
Right.
playing Obrera or in adult league for 15 some years, right? It's a longevity, bro. Like it's like, I'm sure you've had your injuries along the way, some hurt, but you've recovered and nothing crazy or nasty. Cody laid out one, broke your collarbone or something like that.
Yeah, it's not fun to get hurt. It's depressing, really. You feel like you can't do anything. You're so limited, and you think you're never gonna get better. Like
Yeah.
when it broke, I was like, this is never gonna heal right. I'm never gonna be the same, and that's all I can think about. Like I can never do this again.
Yeah, and it's something that
And
you
it's
love
tough.
to do.
It's tough to deal
Right.
with. It's a mental challenge that you got to get over.
Yeah, when and I
I mean,
think
you drove me to the hospital. This guy.
No way.
We played. Check this out. We played 2 days before Christmas. We should have never been playing. It was cold.
Yeah.
It was wet, and I was chasing down a ball that it was overthrown, and somehow I laid out for it, and I fell wrong. I hit and I broke my collarbone. And when you think about baseball injuries, you don't think about collarbones, right?
No,
It's like
no.
that's a football
That's a
injury,
football, yep.
right? It was it was a freak accident, clumsy, call it what you will, but it broke, it snapped immediately, and I knew it, and I was like, oh no, we couldn't finish the game, right? It's
No.
cold. I was like, hey, you got to take me to the hospital. He's like, oh, okay. So gather up my stuff. Ambulance shows up. They were like, okay, we're here. I was like, no. He's going to drive me.
Armando got me, yeah.
I don't need you, right? He's going to drive me to the hospital,
Take your
right?
$1,000 ride and get the fuck out of here.
Not paying for that.
Seriously, man. Expensive
Yeah.
as hell.
It is, bro.
I know the problem. You know, I don't need your help, right? I
Right.
appreciate you coming, but we're good.
Hey, at what cost? What happened? Explain what happened to your favorite shirt or your shirt that.
So actually, the umpire knew one of the guys at the local fire department, which is really close to Mall where we play Memorial Ashford, and he calls him up, and the fire truck shows up, right? And he wants to see it. I'm like, it's broken. Look, it's not poking through, but there's a big knot there. He's
Right.
like, okay, well, let me see it, right? I just bought this brand new undershirt,
I already
nice
know what this is.
orange
Under Armour.
undershirt, and this fucker comes in there with his scissors, and he just, I'm like, did you just cut my shirt?
Man, fuck
Yeah.
my arm right now. My shirt.
Yeah, bro,
Right. But
for-
you know, to be honest, when I got home that night, I would have cut everything off. I was not about to stretch it and try and take that shirt off.
Yeah,
So,
it was
I was
fucked
upset at the time.
Right.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me. What is it? Me, you, and Omar, right?
Yeah,
That-
Omar met us up
Yeah,
there.
met us
So
up
yeah,
there.
he's driving, right? And I just got my head down, and I'm like, what am I doing? What am I
Yes,
doing?
he was
Like,
doing
I
this.
you know how you question everything.
Right.
What am I doing with my life? Why am I hurt? How did this
Facts,
happen? Right?
Facts.
I've never played again. I panicked, right? And he's driving my truck. He's probably thinking, man, this guy.
I was sitting there like, 'cause I didn't know Cody that well, right? But I'm like, hey, I'm gonna help you out. Your teammate, let's go. You know.
Right.
I mean, that's how we became close, me, him, and
Yeah,
Omar, right?
yeah.
But it was. I could see him. I didn't think I was ever gonna see him again. Like honestly, like I
Yeah.
thought, because I'm sure you play with people that got hurt and you never see him again. And I thought the same thing. And he started coming over, actually helping out the team, doing stats and helping coach. I was like, hey man, that's kind of cool. Even though you're hurt, you're still backing up
Right.
the team. And he fully recovered, and he's been playing ball. And we've been playing ball for a long time. But here's the crazy thing: like when I busted my back, like I got a what did I tell you, ruptured disc or something,
Yeah,
trying to steal a base, bro.
herniated, right?
Herniated disc, bro, trying to steal a base, right? And dude, you know, you don't like you really don't think about how much your back plays a role in everything you do until it happens. Like I couldn't sneeze, like I was just like about to sneeze, and I'm like, dude, like this is gonna hurt. Like I'm like squeezing my fist, like. And dude, you couldn't throw a ball. Like
Right.
like it's weird. Like I don't know how you're back and shit, but whatever. I couldn't throw a ball, and I was depressed.
Yeah,
It's depressing.
It defeats you mentally.
It defends you because you're like,
Yeah.
I'm never gonna play again.
Yeah.
And I remember Omar calling me one day, and he was like, "Hey fool, so you're gonna make a speech about retiring and shit?" And I was just like, "Yeah, man, I probably right." And he's like, he was trying to fuck with me, but he was like, "Damn, bro, like you're supposed to laugh, like you're not supposed to fucking go with this shit."
Yeah.
Like I was like legit going, "Yeah, bro, I'm done. Like
Yeah.
I'm never gonna play ball again. Like it hurts for me to think about throwing the fucking ball. Let alone that I'm ever gonna swing a bat or anything." But man, I made my recovery and I learned my lesson, make my stretches. So we've all fucking been
Right.
there and being able to recover. And that's like you said, man. Like I mean, I like you, you know, whatever. But I never want to see you not play. I always want to compete against you. And I think that's what motivates us, right? I mean, that's what motivates. You know, people wanting to beat the Ramones, people wanting to beat the Hot Shots, you know, people wanted to beat Los Cubanos, right? They're a
Right.
good team, bro. Or fucking Yard Goats, the fucking Thunder, you know, the teams that just always win. And it's like, hey, I want to beat that fucking team. I
Right,
want to
hell
beat that
yeah.
fucking pitcher. You know what I'm saying? So I'm you know, I definitely get it. And you know, luckily 13 innings, fucking nothing happened to him. You know, and so So you said next week you're gonna finish up the game, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna finish up Sunday. Well, that's if they do, you know,
Right.
decide to. You know,
And tonight
do
they're
it.
gonna decide right at the meeting.
I believe so.
Yeah,
because
okay.
you know everything once Wednesday morning hits, everything's set in stone.
Right.
So, but I do want to mention one thing, man. So
Okay.
last season We played in a league. Shout out. I think his name is Luis. It was over there at Meyer Park.
Okay.
So cool little league. And you know what? This was during the COVID. Whenever the COVID hit, once they opened up county fields.
Oh yeah.
No, county fields were still closed. So I think that's a city field out in it's off of Veterans Memorial. So, it wasn't the best of teams. It wasn't the best of teams. You
'Cause
had
I remember, bro. You would shout. I'm like, wait, where the fuck is this motherfucker playing?
Right.
Like, I've never. What league is he playing? Because I'm like, I think I know all the leagues. Like, where's this fucking guy playing?
and you know what? I never heard of this league.
Yeah.
So with the Ramones, that's the first league that opened up. So we were like, okay, hey, let's join the league. Get our work in. Then the following season, if Obrera does come back, because we didn't know if it was going to come back or
Right.
not.
Right.
Then we'll jump back. So we're winning a couple games. Like I said, the competition wasn't there like Obrera is.
Right.
It's probably compared to maybe like
Double A.
single A and double A
Yeah, single A,
combined,
double
like
A,
the
yeah.
best teams of single A and double A. But we're cool with it. Hey man, we coming together Sunday, playing ball,
Right.
drinking it up. So we ended up having a good season. We went three overall 13-1. But the crazy part was that going into playoffs,
Yeah.
there was this team, the Royals with Tamez. I don't know if you guys know him or
No.
not. So they
That's
had this
familiar.
picture. One of their aces, well, their ace, he's compared to about, I'd say, he's like maybe like a junior of Frias. Throws good, man. Throws good.
No shit.
Played in Mexico, and we confronted them in the playoffs. We beat them 2-1. A walk-off hit. Osman hit a walk-off hit. We played at not Freedom Park, but it's somewhere over there off the West Park
Yeah.
Tollway. And we beat them. I think it was like 3-2. Close ball game. So coming into Liga Obrera, everybody, I kid you not. And throughout that whole season, I'm posting, man, Los Ramones, man,
Right,
best
right,
squad,
right.
man,
I
I
remember
love
that.
my team. Drunk moments, like, man, I love my team.
Drunk
Shit
moments.
like that. Yeah. So then everybody knows against us. Man, y'all played in a sorry-ass league. Y'all played in
Yeah.
a Grandpa League, 2.0, 3.0. We start off the season 0-3, Liga Obrera. So we're like, it's a wake-up call. Because, it was all metal.
Yeah.
And midway through the season, Coastal had started. And we were like, should we go over there or should we already, just stick with this league?
Yeah.
So we're like, let's stick it out. And then, whatever happens, happens. Next thing you know, we go on 11-2 run, finish off 11-5. And everybody still, after that first win, man, Los Ramones don't deserve to be in this league. Man, they're the worst team. They don't have any hitters. Because, that transition from metal to wood, it's,
Yeah.
it's eye-opening.
Yeah, it's a thing.
That's the thing. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So everybody was doubting us. Now look at us, And that's one thing, that I love, I love that shit talking. Man, I love people to hate me. Because guess what? That ups my game.
Yeah.
That ups our team's game. Because now guess what? The target was on my back the whole season. But guess what? I showed out. And everybody, Halo this, Halo that. I'm just hearing it. It's bouncing off.
Right.
And, man, like I said, man, I love what I do. I love my squad. And I'm going to keep talking that I love my squad, that we're the best. I don't give a damn in Houston, Texas, and the whole nation, man. I don't give a damn, man. But that's my squad, man. Like, somebody else hit me up there. Hey, man, you want to come play with us? Honestly, man, if it's on Sundays, you already know who I'm with. The Ramones.
Right.
So, that's now where we're at. We're one out away from the championship.
Right, you're proving it.
Right.
No, and that's the thing, bro. Because I ain't gonna lie, I was a doubter too, bro. I'm like, all right, we'll see what happens, bro. I mean, they came from a weaker league. Let's see if they could they hang it. And you proved it. I mean, you proved it. You guys did your run, and that's an attest to your team, to you, to your manager, to your coaches, all in there. That hey, you pulled it through. I mean, because I think. I played a couple of games. We played against you guys one time when I was with the Alianza.
Right.
And so I was like, all right, let me see what these dudes are about. Let's see. And man, I think we had the shitty ass game, man. I mean, I think you guys whooped our ass, bro.
I remember that.
So, and at the end of the day, I was trying to do well. I don't think I did well that game. I don't remember what I went 1 for 3 or 0 for 3, whatever. But I remember your pitcher was fucking hitting those corners, bro. Like he was just like right at the edge, and I was like, man, that dude's dicing it
Right.
up. I don't remember who it was, but he was doing his thing. I think Braylon, had 2 fucking bombs.
2 bombs.
Two fucking
Shout
bombs.
out
And
to
this was-
Braley and Familia one time.
Yeah, it was at Anderson Park, and he had 2. I mean, it was like, wow, I'm like, God damn, this motherfucker fucking hit, dude. So, it was dope to see you guys playing and do your thing. So, hopefully, we'll find out. I'll look for your post or whatever, or let us know, let me know, and I'll post something up. That way, I know what's going on this Sunday between you guys. If you're playing the championship or you're gonna finish up the game, that way, we keep everybody posted because I'm sure it's gonna be a good matchup.
Hell
now,
yeah.
I'm gonna be gone this weekend, but hopefully it gets pushed. The championship game's not to the
Right.
following week, so I can see it.
That's where rainouts can also be your friend.
Yes,
Hell
yes.
yeah.
I know
yeah.
David said something earlier, but yeah, you almost want to pray for him if you are out of town. Right?
Yes,
Yeah, you
yes.
can use him to recover,
Right.
but if you're out of town, please rain in Houston.
Yeah, yes.
Because you
What
don't
if-
get to miss anything.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm kind of a hater when I'm out of town, and it's
Right.
I'm like, I hope it fucking rains over there. So I don't want to miss a game, bro. But
All right.
but of course they want to play. Watch.
That's helping you this Saturday too, right? Because this Saturday HBA is all makeup games.
Yes.
Right?
It
If it
actually worked out.
wasn't, it would be playoffs, and you wouldn't be here.
No, dude, it's actually crazy. It worked out for me because yes, I told Ballard, I was like, hey man, I'm not gonna be here this Saturday. He's like, oh, it's all good. We're not playing. It's just the
Yeah.
makeup games, and we just finished our last game this last Saturday. And then here's the crazy thing, and we'll get into it. But Friday, it's kind of good and kind of bad. This Friday was supposed to be the championship game for Friday Night League. Now we're not in yet. We're like you guys, bro. We
Right.
stopped like at 8th inning because of the time. So we're now we're down.
Not because of the lights, but because it was at dark, but it's because of the time.
And because of the time, because
Wow.
11 o'clock is like the lights come
They
can't
have
be.
to shut off.
They have to
Because
shut
it's
off.
in a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Okay, I run
Yeah.
into fields like that.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. So
Okay.
so it has to shut off. So, but we're down. Hopefully, my team can. Hopefully next Sunday or next Friday, I'm playing in the championship game. But if not, because the Hot Shots is waiting. Hot Shots are gonna be. They're waiting for Sunday. And actually, I can probably just. That's actually a pretty good transition to talking a little bit about the Hot Shots. The Hot Shots are got the #1 seed in Friday.
Okay.
And so they're right now they're waiting for the championship between us and the Eagles. They're all waiting for you guys
Yeah.
to finish up for Sunday Oretta. So and then they think they won the Coastal last season. So these guys are on a roll, you know.
Oh, yeah, they have a good
and
squad.
They have
Real
a
good
definitely
squad.
good squad. So I definitely Jesse sent me a text, and let me see if I can pull it up. But Jesse goes, "Hey man, shout out my team because here it is, man. It's the players, man, and to play in multi leagues and like I'll tell you like this, like Josh. Josh is a hot shot, right? He plays with us on the Pirates, but he plays Friday night hot shots, Saturday Pirates, Sunday hot shots. That's a lot of fucking baseball, man.
You ain't lying.
So this is what he said. He said they made it to 3 championships in 3 different leagues in 2021, playing Fridays and Sundays. And these guys are doing it kick ass in Coastal, HBA, Leo Reda. So shout out to them and their longevity. Hopefully they stay healthy and you're not gonna get Josh's head to fit through any fucking door if these motherfuckers win Sunday and fucking Friday and Coastal. So
We're lucky to find room for him in the dugout.
Oh,
Yeah, no
man.
shit.
Dude's gonna have his whole bench just waiting for him.
Right? You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
Just get out of my area, man.
Hey, bro,
Just
he's
get out of my
gonna
area.
show up to the fucking field like, hey, come get my bags, bro. I'm about to.
Shit, he might even Uber.
Yeah.
Shit, he might have somebody drive for him.
Now come pick me up. Come pick me. You want me to play? Come pick me up, right? But shout out to Jesse's team. Jesse's had that team for a long time. To Saragossa, managing that team and all them guys out there, them pitchers, do the thing. I got to play them on Friday night, and for the season we're 1-1. They beat us once, we beat them once, and they're a good team. I look forward to hopefully playing them in the championship game.
Right.
But right now it's out of my hands. I'm gonna be gone this Friday when they're gonna finish up like you guys, or
Right.
if you guys finish up, it'll be the same thing. So we'll see how it goes. But I mean, shout out to the Hot Shots. Want to get into scores or what?
Yeah, we can do the second to the last week for HBA Saturday. Saturday the 6th, the Pirates beat the Twins 8-1. Pelicans just over the Colt 45 2-1. So that must have been a close game.
I believe that was a walk-off too.
Yeah.
That was a walk-off single, I think, if I remember right.
Aviators over the Bandits 18-9. Avengers lost to the Cyclones 20-8.
Avengers lost us 20-8.
They put
20
some
to
runs
8.
on the board that game.
Yeah.
God damn.
That's
Yeah.
Jose's team, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jose's
That's
team.
all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Bo. That's
Yeah.
Bo.
Okay.
Yeah, Bo's
Uh,
team.
We do need to shout out Colton McKee. He did go yard for the Avengers, but it wasn't enough. So
Enough to beat them. Wow.
Yeah. And then the Redbirds, they finished their game. They beat the Braves 7-4. It's the pitcher I have on record, not sure how you pronounce his last name, but Connor Emshausen.
German guy or what?
if Cody can't pronounce it, I sure as fuck can't
Right.
pronounce it.
But our thoughts go out to him. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just a terrible injury. And
Oh, that's the lefty that.
Yeah.
Yeah. and so Tim came in afterwards, which he probably wasn't even expecting to pitch. I don't know.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
But then he ends up throwing 124 pitches. So yeah.
and dude, and I'm telling you,
Nice.
Tim's a
Hell
fucking
yeah.
beast, bro.
Actually, you know what? There was another home run. There was a Braves batter who did go yard off of Tim.
Oh shit.
I saw the video, but unfortunately, there's no stats for that. But I did see it with my own eyes.
There we
No
go.
shit.
Yeah, and it was a massive bat flip toward the pitcher's mound too.
That.
I think it was the first pitch.
So I want to know the next at bat. Did the pitcher even come close to hitting him or not?
We can probably find it because we do have video of
Look,
that.
let me tell you something. I know Tim. I play against him, and sometimes we're on the same team, Cyclones, on Sunday. Tim is a competitor, like a motherfucker, right? Tim cracks me up, bro. Like I think I went 3 for 4 with him against last game I faced him, right? And man, this motherfucker was staring me down first, like, man, fuck you, you're not gonna do that shit again. And I love it, bro, because
Hell yeah.
it's fun. He doesn't want me to get on base, and I don't blame him. But motherfucker, you're gonna strike me out. Like, I
Right.
ain't going down like that. I'm gonna be one of your K victims. So it's fun. It's competitive, and the dude balls out, and he to him having his 120 pitch is probably like a low fucking. Because I think with Wes he went 160, 140.
Yeah, 15 strikeouts and 1 walk.
Excuse me real quick. It
1
says your
home
mic
run.
will sleep. So
No, we're good now.
Yeah,
So okay, man.
and I think it was a 2-run shot, maybe.
And here's the thing, that's a pretty close score for the Braves. I mean, against the Redbirds, Redbirds are no joke, man. Redbirds are a good team, man. So
yeah.
that.
Especially with Tim pitching. I mean,
Yeah.
essentially he pitched the whole game.
Yeah,
he pitched
yeah.
to everybody but 2 batters.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that dude knows what's up.
Actually, he probably finished the second batter because it wasn't a ball 4.
Right.
Yeah, so the guy was still
Yeah,
there.
'cause
And
the
I think it was
the
Ronnie.
fucking-
I think he was throwing to Ronnie. He's pitching to Ronnie when he
Oh,
broke
no
his arm.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Sergio in the house too. What's funny is I saw a video of Ronnie getting Ronnied.
that
So-
sounds too funny.
Okay, so let me explain to you guys what that means. Ronnie's the catcher, bro.
Right.
In my heyday, he was the only catcher that I thought of. Like okay, everybody else, I get on first base, I'm taking second.
Right.
It's a no doubter. Like it's just I'm walking over there, right, or whatever. Ronnie, I gotta get that fucking jump, bro. The dude's 50-some years old. The dude got a cannon, okay? And it's an accurate cannon. It's not a cannon that fucking
50 years old.
50-some years old, bro. That dude,
Nice.
that dude
Hell
can throw,
yeah.
bro. So, he was at second, and he had too much of a lead. Catcher threw back to fucking second and got him out. So
no.
I was like, Ronnie got Ronnie because
Yeah.
I'm seeing Ronnie pick people off at first and third, and I'm sure he's
Right.
picked out people at second. I mean, that dude has an arm.
Was it the Redbirds game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll give you the timeline later
Yeah.
because I saw it and I said, oh shit, Ronnie got Ronnie. So Ronnie's a good ball player. He's another guy that will fucking catch 2 fucking games. That dude can play.
At 50.
Yeah, 50-some years old, bro. Like, and he
man.
don't look 50, bro. Like he's big, swole.
Shout out to Ronnie.
Yeah.
I don't know, but shout out to Ronnie. Damn.
Let's get his regimen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Seriously.
don't. I'd like to, maybe one day we got to get him on if he ever wants to come on to kind of talk about it, what he does to stay in shape. Because I'm saying, because the thing with Ronnie, he doesn't play his age, right? So he'll play like we'll play in leagues where it's not open. It's certain age, right? So
Okay.
he's 50, so he's not. If he would play in the 50, bro, he'd be fucking wiping those dudes
Dominating.
out, dominating, bro. Like he would be like the Barry Bonds of that fucking league, right? But he plays like in the 30 and up. He plays in open division. He plays in 35 and up, and he
Because you
still
always want to
competes.
compete.
Exactly.
Always want to compete.
Always got to compete. So he's when we were in Arizona, we ran into him, and he was there. He had just finished in the 35 and up, and I think he was going to do the 40 and up, right, division. I think he was doing two.
I think they won the championship. The team he played with,
For the 40 up?
Yeah, San Antonio. Yeah.
Yeah, 40 and up. Yeah. So, the dude travels and balls
Right.
out and shit. I mean, have you ever? Oh, you used to travel when you were young. Have you done it lately?
Oh man, I think so. Whenever COVID hit here,
Yeah.
it was what 2019 going into
2020.
2020.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
So yeah, that 2019 season, everything got shut down here. So with the Ramones, we were like, man, we want to play. Oh, I think it was 2020 season. Was it last year?
Yeah, because COVID hit
Yeah.
19
Okay,
and
yeah,
then
so
ended 19. Yeah.
So 2020 always shut down county, everything. So we would travel out to Bryan, Texas. It was
Oh,
a
okay.
private field, and we would go every Sunday. For me, it was like an hour and 25-minute drives. Some of the guys like an hour, 45.
Right.
But we were like, hey, this is our only chance of playing on Sundays. Y'all want to do it? It was small little tournaments, and I was like, shit, hell yeah, man.
It's not a bad drive.
No,
No.
hell
Especially
no.
out that way.
And in Bryan, I've been to College Station. I played at the University of Texas A&M or against them, but I've never been to Bryan because that's a little outside of College Station.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful, man. Like I love country sites, man. I love that stuff. My last school, East Texas, Hawkins, Texas, population of 1,200. So yeah, we went out there. We would go out there every single Sunday
Wow.
and drive back after a couple. Probably get home like around 11, 12. Next morning, got to go to work. Yeah, oh man.
I was gonna say, man, that's the part. So that's one thing I do like about the
It's what's nice about playing on Saturday sometimes.
It is because you got the whole day to rest, dude. This last Saturday, I was this last weekend, I was tripping out because I was like, man, we had the Friday night game, which 7:30 to like 10:45, right? I get home, you still wake from the game, thinking about whatever, and then next day I got the game at 10. And then after that, I had a 6 p.m. Bro, so I'm like, within 24 hours, I played 3 fucking games, bro. I was done. And that's when I went to Galveston to the bike rally. I kind of wanted to hit the 4th game because I had a 4th game on Sunday. Like, there was a game lined up, and I told my buddy, I said, X, hey, I got some shit lined up. I'm not going to fucking play. But I almost regret.
Well, it's on record now, so
Right?
hopefully you didn't lie to him.
No, I told him I had
I'm
shit
going
to
out
do.
to eat with the wife.
No. I was like, hey, I got shit to do, which was I wanted to enjoy
Yeah.
the rally. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? That's my thing, the bike rally. So, but the fucking thing was, after I was like, man, I played 3 games, 24 hours. I was like, man, I'm gonna hit that 4th game just as but dude, I was tired. Like,
Yeah.
I was beat, bro. I was beat. I mean, because the Friday night game was going 9 innings. It's usually timed, but because playoff, they were not 9. So we were like, that's why we're in the 8th inning. And then the veteranos on Saturday, that's 9 innings, though.
Right.
And it was kind of cold, it's kind of weird, and shout out to the Aztecas, and we got Pedro and Carlos out there, and Johnny out there playing, and Pedro Garcia went yard and shit, and
C4 routine.
yes.
We got a
Oh,
guy
the pre-workout C4.
he,
Okay.
in the dugout, he's chugging C4.
But here's the thing, bro. He's so mellow. He's so
Yeah.
fucking mellow, right? But when
Right.
you give him that C4, bro, it's like crack. Like he
It's
just
like
did a
a
line
whole
of
new person.
Oh, fool, dude, it's fucking crazy.
But
And
it's speaking the truth. Hey, you suck. What are you batting? You need to get a hit. What are you doing? Why are you still in first?
oh,
Like,
dude,
are you the same
dude,
guy, man?
Yeah, bro, exactly. You say the same guy, and it's
You
funny,
suck.
dude. And what's funny is that when he's here in Houston, he just DHs. That's all he likes to do, DH. Like to force him to play third or first, he don't want to do it, right? But in the tournament, this motherfucker was like fucking MLB Player of the Year and shit, Golden Glove winner, like making all these plays. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Like,
Right.
and I go, he goes, nah, you better not tell nobody over there that I play defense. I'm like, damn, do you play good defense? But in the Veteranos League on Saturday, he was making some play. I think he made every fucking play, every defensive play, and it was funny because I think I went 3 for 6, and you know Sam Garza, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know Sam Garza. You know who Sam Garza,
Yeah,
right?
hell yeah.
He's a good pitcher, right, bro? And he pitches on Saturday. And Sam was pitching for Team Mexico. We were playing Juan's team, and shout out to Juan over there. And I see Sam up there. I'm like, hey, motherfucker, I came over here to chill, bro. I didn't come over here to fucking,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, and I went,
Making you work, huh?
But Sam always deals, man. He
yes, bro.
always deals.
Yes, bro. Like, I mean, the dude, I'm like, I came over here to chill. I came over here to chill, not to fucking compete like this. And I think I went 3 for 6 against them, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, so I
And
can't
it's hard to hit off of him.
It is. So I can't complain too much, right? But at the same time, I'm like, hey, bro, what the fuck? I told him, what the fuck you bringing Sam over here for, right? But of course, Sam's that age, and shout out to Sam being however old he is, obviously over 40, but the dude's badass, And but Pedro went yard on him, and it was funny because he struck him out the first time, right? And who's back there? Jose. De La Reyes, right? So Jose knows me. He knows like half the fucking team, so he knows how to pitch to us. And it was funny because Pedro had just struck out, right? And he was talking shit to me. And I'm talking shit. I said, "Motherfucker, what'd you do?" I just said, I got 2 singles already, and you fucking struck out. Shut the fuck up. And then he goes, and he said, he starts talking shit to me, and I was like, "Hey man, will you let me live my dream? I got something over you right now, bro.
Right.
You haven't had shit." And then he went yard, and he goes, "You see that?" I said, "No, man. As soon as you fucking hit, I look down."
Never happened.
Never
I didn't
happened.
see it.
I
Never
didn't see it.
happened.
If it's not on video, it didn't happen.
Yeah, and of course I had video, and he's bugging me. Hey man, send me the fucking video, and I was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna fucking delete it. Fuck you. But that's the fun that you have
Right.
with your teammates, bro. Right?
Mhm.
And playing with those guys, I definitely had a ton of fun. And I'm gonna continue, hopefully, still play with the Aztecas on Saturday. But that's out there on what's that park? Melrose Park.
Canino.
Yeah,
okay.
Canino Park. Yeah.
Man, you know what's funny? They call that the Little Minute Maid, because that park has been played since
Right.
before I started playing.
Right.
And that's what they call like the Little
Minute
Minute
Maid.
Maid.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
And even the top AAA of Obrera plays there.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people say, man, it's a popcorn park. It's small. Every single time I've played there, there's only been maybe 1 or 2 home runs hit. Well, with the wood bat. With the
Yeah.
metal bat,
Yeah.
you reach a ball at your shoelace, you're popping it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, it's a legendary park here in Houston.
I think it is, and that's what's kind of fun about it. That's what I was telling Cody. In the Veteranos League, they got the little crowd, bro. Right? They got the little taco truck out there.
Hell
You know, you got the crowd,
yeah.
right? And it was funny, dude, because I call up, right? I'm going up for my 4th at bat, and Juan's dad tells Jose, "Hey, bro, what the fuck are you gonna do? I mean, this fool he already has 3 for 1. I already had two singles and a double." And he goes, "What the fuck you doing?" And Jose goes, "He ain't gonna do shit this time. Watch, check us out." And I was like, so I got in my head, bro. I swing at the first fucking breaking ball, pop up, motherfucker, and it.
Gotcha.
He got me, and he was a pop-up, but it was one that, like, Sam went back for, and he caught it. Like, he almost dropped it because he was fading back, right? So, but I was mad, and then the second time I did the same thing, I fucking popped. I'm like, God damn, these motherfuckers holding me down. So, or maybe I went 3 for 5, but either way, it was a good game. We ended up winning.
Right.
I mean, we towards the end we strung the hits together, like you said. You got, because we were hitting, but just not everybody was hitting at the right time, right? Like I was getting over, but sometimes I get left on base or whatever. So it's getting stringing the hits right when you need it, and playing with these other these guys. Yeah, they're older, dude, but they could fucking hit. They could do their fucking thing. So it was definitely a fun game. But so we already talked about Saturday, right? Friday.
Yeah, there's 3 more games
Okay.
next week. They're all makeups, but it's just to determine the
Seeding, right?
final seeding. Yeah.
The finals. Who do we got next Saturday?
We got Aviators and Colt 45, so Colt 45 should be in it, but that's going to determine their seeding. Redbirds and Avengers, that's going to be a good game.
Avengers and Redbird.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Braves and Bandits.
So are those so the playoffs are like just one game, or are they
No,
series?
one game.
Even the championship?
Yeah, one game,
Oh,
single
okay.
elimination. Which
Okay.
we had a pretty good discussion last time about it, bro. Because I'm kind of mixed. Like I get I think I like I understand the 3 game. I just don't like the double header. It's you know what I mean? It's a motherfucker. But But you guys pulled it off, and people do it, and in Obrera that's how they do it. It's a 3-game double. The only thing I don't like, and is for me, is just not knowing that that's a championship game, right?
Right.
Because if the first team wins the second game, that's a championship game.
Yep.
If they
Mhm.
lose the second game, then that's not the championship game. So that's the only thing I don't like. So you never know what you're gonna do, but it works. And that's what I love about it, right? If you want a 3-game series, you want 9 innings, you go to Red Up, right?
Right.
If you want time games and only during the playoffs and championship do we go 9 innings. You play HBA. You want to play on Saturday only? There's that. You only want to play on Sunday? You want to play on Friday only? Or you want to play during the week? There's a league for you. So I
Yeah,
think
that's
that's what
true. That's
I think
true.
that's what's
That's
badass
true.
about Houston. Like we're so
Mhm.
fucking big that you
Oh.
can call whatever it is that you want to play. Coastal, right? You want to play coastal. You want to play a little bit more competitive. Play some semi-pro guys. You go there. So I think Houston has whatever the fuck it is that you want, however you want to play the game.
How
Hell
many
yeah.
games do you guys have in your regular season?
So we finished 11-5, so 16.
Okay, so that's quite a bit.
Oh yeah, and then remember, got to include the rainouts. So really,
The rain out, and then
Oh,
you
man.
talk about playoffs,
so
multiple games. I mean, that could stretch on another month.
so this is the first year that Balta has ever done the format that he did. So before I think it was like top 4 teams from each division go, top 5 teams or top 2 teams in the winter division. So this year, what he did was everybody makes playoffs. So once he announced that, everybody was pissed because now you got Cuba Hot Shots at the top. Because man, we were down like maybe 6th, 7th place, 8th place, and they were like, man, there's some bullshit. Because how we're gonna be number 1 facing number 16 or 15, 14? The number 14 brings an ace and beats us and knocks us out. So this is the first year they ever did that. And then so the first round was a 1-game playoff. Well, I'm sorry. The first 3 teams, the top 3 had a bye. So it was Cuba, Hot Shots, and us.
Right, I remember
So
that.
so we had to fight for that. We had to beat the Blue Jays, the Blue Jays to get that 3rd spot. So top 3 get a bye. Everybody else plays the first round. That following week, the top 3 they play against whatever matchup. They get past that. So the first round is single. Second round, which we're in, best of 3, and the championship round, best of 3 as well. Because at first, before all this came through, they were like, hey, we're gonna make the first 2 rounds single, and the championship the best of 3. So they started talking, meetings here and there every
Yeah.
Tuesday, and it got to the point to where the last 2 rounds, the best of 3. So I mean, it's cool, because then you have teams that finish 1 in whatever, 2 in whatever, that still get to make the playoffs. But then
It's kind of a catch-22 because I think that I don't know about everybody should make it, but I think that more people should be available to it, right?
yeah,
So like if you you have 16 teams, the top 8 make it, right? Something like that. Because
Which that's what HBA does.
that's HBA
Okay.
does,
the
yeah. 'Cause-
top 8, and I think there's 14 teams.
yeah. So not everybody makes it, but then like you got HHL where there's only like 6 teams and everybody makes it, right? So but the thing is there's a roster thing. Like we got rosters, right? You can't just bring
Okay.
a fucking random guy in there because they're gonna be, hey, that motherfucker gonna play with you.
right.
You can't do that. So that kind of helps out a little bit. But I kind of like a bigger playoff thing than just the top 2, right? Because like you said, I mean, even in real MLB, like the wild card's been a big fucking thing, right? I mean, everybody likes to watch that like that because you sometimes you're in a tougher division where you have to have you need to have that competitive edge. Now, there's not necessarily big divisions in Obrera. Same thing with us. We don't do divisions anymore. But it's what do you call it? It still allows other people to get in that normally wouldn't, right? That normally couldn't, for whatever XYZ reason. So I think it makes it kind of fun, but I just like that there's different formats. So if you don't like this format, you go to this league. You don't like that format, go to that league. I'm not.
With 8 teams, it's tough to have a series, right? Because then it's really going to extend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then especially when you think about that their games are not even timed, so you can have like
Just what
case in,
happened this past
exactly,
Sunday.
exactly, case in point, right? The whole fucking day you're playing fucking baseball.
Right.
So it's definitely
It's never easy.
Right.
no, but it's good. I mean, it's good. Here's the thing. I'll give them this. Whether you like it or not, you tried it, right?
Yeah.
Right. You say, hey, either we loved it, or we hated it, or maybe we'll take a piece of it and then maybe manipulate it next season.
And you know what? I don't like it, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't like it. The
Why?
reason why is because, let's say, so we had, what, 16 games? Because I'm used to the top 4 teams from the North and South making it, the top 3, the top 2. And that makes the season more competitive. So now then you have teams that lose the first 3-4 games, and now they're like, you know what? We're going to make playoffs anyways.
Yeah.
So if y'all don't want to show up this game, hey, that's cool. Now, that's not fair to the other team who is wanting to play, who wants to fight. Next thing you know, you play once a week, boom, forfeit. You get the win, it's cool. But at the end of the day, fuck, dude, I want to play.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I didn't like it too much. At the beginning of the season, I did it because why? Because we were 7th, 8th place. So I was like, hell yeah, I like this shit. So then once we finished 3rd, I was like, you know what? You know, it has its pros and cons. But I like top 3, top 4, because, you know, that makes the competitiveness of the league drive up.
It does.
So the teams that, you know, that are wishy-washy, they're like, oh, you know.
Well, because the thing is, dude, if everybody makes it, then there's no incentive to do good to the whole fucking season. You're like, oh, fuck it.
I'm going to talk about that right now, Larry.
You know what I mean? It doesn't allow you to be the best that you can to get to there because you're like, oh, anybody can make it, so fuck it.
Unless you want to fight for that number 1 seed, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a little advantage there.
There is.
So Larry does bring a good point. We're playing them. Cuba, 1-1 ball game. 1-1, 1-1, 2-1. Then all of a sudden, Cuba wants to pull out IDs in the 7th, 8th inning. Because Larry played 6 games. This was his 6th game. In this league, you got to have 4 games played. I think 4 or 5. And, you know, everybody was legal. But now that Cuba's starting to see that, oh, man, we might lose, let's try to protest this game. And I'm like, I was telling the catcher, and I'm probably like, man, who comes out here to try and protest the game? Everybody here is legal. Everybody has their credentials. Balta has their IDs. But, you know, some teams try to get a little cheap win however they can, which, I mean, you know, I don't blame them. But at the same time, dude, it's the 7th inning. Man, if you're up 10-1 or 2-1, it's the 7th damn inning.
Yeah.
Finish it out. You know, and that goes to show, you know, not saying about the Cuba team, but, you know, the coaches, I'm good friends with all of them, but don't try to get a cheap win in playoffs like that. I mean, I've seen it happen in regular season.
But here's the thing. Think about that. A cheap win. They shouldn't win if you're legal.
Right. And the
so it's I get what you're saying, right? Like I totally get like, hey, bro, why'd you wait till 7th, right? Obviously, because I'm getting one on you guys. That's why you're bringing it up on the 7th. I totally get that. Like you feel like you're getting desperate here, right?
Yeah, let me reach for the stars.
Yeah, exactly.
For real.
So I 100% get that. But at the same time, because it was a discussion I think that was coming up, I think a few weeks ago between the Rays and the Hot Shots. You know, like, you know, hey man, don't fucking don't what do you call it?
I think I heard about that.
Yeah, like don't bring don't bring extra players, right? Blah blah blah. And you know, Josh was a little upset, like, hey man, why are you talking shit? We don't do that. And then I was like, but in my head, I'm like, if you don't do it, then why are you worried about it? Because it wouldn't bother me, bro. Like if my team's legit, I'm not worried.
There you go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Take a picture.
Take a picture. Do whatever the fuck you want. I'm not worried about it. So, but at the same time, because here's the thing, I don't want a cheap win, but then I don't want you to beat my team because I worked so hard to get here. Don't cheat us, right? Beat me with your squad. Beat me with your squad that got you here, and I'll beat you with mine, right? That's what we're going to do. So I get it. Like, I remember 2 seasons ago, HBA is really strict about jerseys, right?
Okay.
Which
That's pretty
a lot of
cool.
people, they're real strict. Like, bro, like before, it kind of eased in. It was kind of a smart thing. They said, okay, playoffs, everybody's got to be jerseyed up, exact same jerseys. And then the following year, they said, okay, now everybody's got to be in jerseys, and you might get maybe like a 2-week or 2-game like pass.
Right.
But as a manager, you have to carry extra jerseys so that if you got new players, you can order some and then wait for them to come. You have extra jerseys. But I remember one year when we were leading up to Pirates and Redbirds game, right? I remember Stewart going, "Hey man, like your pitcher, make sure he has his jersey," because he didn't have his jersey up until that point. He's like, "Hey, make sure you do." And what he was doing was, I didn't take offense to it, but he's basically saying, "Bro, like don't make me pull that card.
Yeah,
Like
don't put me in that position."
Yeah, don't put me in that. So I respect that. Like he don't put me in that position because I will call you on it. And believe me, we made sure that that mofo had it because it's to their advantage to kick out my ace pitcher, right?
Right.
I mean, I know he doesn't want to do that, but it's like at the end of the day, you're trying to get a W, right? So I'm gonna beat you with the rest of them, but I've been telling you to get your fucking shit together. So
Right.
I kind of respect that, and the same thing with us. We have I think a 3 or 4 game minimum that we have to have for the playoffs, and we had our own. We've had our own controversies in HBA where they had a couple illegal players, and what sucked is that team that did it fucked up the playoffs because they already
went through one round and we're into another
Oh.
before they were exposed.
It should have
Exactly.
been established at the beginning.
Yes,
of the
it'd be
playoffs.
different, right? But they
okay.
did it already midway through, so then you had to replay some games and
So a team that was out came back and had another chance.
yeah,
Dang.
yeah, dude. So
Well, good for them, right? I guess.
yeah, it is. But what sucked is, and it was not Jose's team that did it, but Jose had to play a doubleheader,
Oh,
right?
okay, right.
And because he had to beat that team that got the new life,
Right.
and then the next game he had to play. I think it was a championship game, right?
Yeah.
So, he went in there confident. He put up a good game. They lost. He put up a game, but I in my mind I felt like, hey, bro, like I get it. You're raw dog confident, but at the end of the day, like you're putting your team through unnecessary stress. Right? Yeah, you might have a huge bullpen, but your position players now have to play twice in that one fucking game in one day, right?
Right.
However you look at it, you might be fresh on the first game, but you're not as fresh as in the second game. So
And that's when some people get hurt.
yeah, and so that's what was my thing. I'm like, even though I'm sure your team can do it and stuff like that, you're still there. It's like a battery, bro, right? You leave your house 100%. By the time you get to where it's 80%, 70%, right? It's not where it should be. I mean,
Right.
it's still gonna do its job, but it's not where it should be. So, everybody kind of has a controversy, and I think that if you, I know we all want to win, but I think we should win the right way.
Right.
Do it the right way. Don't bring in a player. Don't sneak in this and that or whatever. Let's keep it all in the up and up. And it's been a thing. It's not nothing new in the Mexican League because
No, it's
I've been
not,
playing it for a
man.
while. You always
And,
hear that.
So going into that game, from the first game that we played against Cuba, they had like 10, 11 players. And that game, they had 20 people. So then we're like, man, who's that guy? Who is that guy? No. So then at like maybe about 20 minutes before start time, we're like, hey, man, if they got IDs, they don't. They're just like us. They're human. We got to fucking ball out.
No shit. That's cool.
I was like, you know what? If they're going to beat us with, let's just say, person that just came out, hey, we had a good run.
Gotcha. Okay.
It is what it is. Because I'm the type of person, you're going to bring somebody, let's just say, somebody that I've never seen, that we've never seen, that this is your first time seeing them, which is the coach of that team, coming to try and face your squad. Hey, man, at the end of the day, you got to hit the damn ball. You got to feel the ball.
Sure.
So, man, you could bring goddamn McCullers, Verlander, Chapman, all them. We're still going to compete no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay, the IDs are going to play a little issue. But at the end of the day, man, I like competing. That's
And
my
Yeah.
shit.
That's almost a compliment to you, right? Well, I need to find somebody that can beat this team because I don't have it,
Right.
right?
I don't have it.
So, I mean, yeah.
That's one way to look at it. I get what you're saying. Compete me during the regular season. Fuck it, do that. Bring your fucking ace and bring me McCullough in there. Fucking let me
Right.
see how many times I strike out against someone or whatever, right? But in a championship game, bro, I feel like, hey, bro, we worked too hard
Yeah,
to get
that's
here,
true. That's
and you're
true.
cheating me out of this shit, right? Because there was a joke, and Josh remembers this. Hot shots in Cuba, in Coastal. There's a dude over there. They're like, man, that I've never seen that dude. Hey, bro, what's your name? Oh, Mateo, fucking white, Cody looking motherfucker. And it's like, bro, yeah. And they're all laughing like, okay, Mateo.
Me llamo Mateo.
And of course the hot shots were like, they gambled it. They're like, said, fuck, like you said, like the attitude you had, fuck
Right.
it, let's go, bro. Fuck it, I don't give a fuck what you have, and they went with it. Now I think they, I don't remember. Maybe somebody can chime in, Josh or somebody, but they hinted at like, hey, dude, if you put him to pitch or you continue to pitch him, we're gonna protest.
Right.
I think I think he stopped playing or they didn't pitch him. I don't remember something. I don't remember. I remember the joke was, "What's up, Mattel?" Like, that's not Mattel right there, right?
Right.
So I get it, man, and it's competitive. But like you said, that's another way to look at it. Is, hey,
Yeah.
you're being competitive because I'm that good. So, what else we got over here?
Well, we got a little bit of HHL, but everything's been postponed.
Rain, right?
The rain. Last Wednesday, postponed. Last Thursday, postponed. And it's Schwartz. So,
Oh.
I mean, that's no...
I
Yeah.
hate and love that field.
Yeah, right. I get it. It's a staple of Houston. Everybody knows Schwartz, but
Friday, postponed.
damn.
Already?
No, with
Oh,
the
okay,
last,
this past-
like,
okay,
catching
okay.
up, right?
Yeah.
Well, actually, there was a game. There's supposed to be a 30-up game tonight, postponed. No, 40, yeah, postponed.
Yeah. So that's what it's cool. Where like if you play Saturday and Sunday, like
Yes,
you
there
still,
is.
Yeah.
you still got some
Yeah,
hope.
hell
Like you
yeah.
can still play.
Yeah.
So so Friday night, I think Friday night we had Cyclones. Our game got stopped.
But they did bang out 7 games on Sunday.
Who? Oh,
The HHL.
oh no shit.
Meyer
Good.
Park had one at Northland, Morton Ranch High School.
That's a 30.
Northland.
That's a 35 and up, right?
It's everybody.
Oh,
There's
okay.
some 40s. So I'll go through this. Hurricanes beat the Cyclones 10-4. I believe that's 40 and up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Marauders beat the Expos 8-10. That is 35. Diablos and Colts. Who are the Colts? That might be the young division. Diablos won 11-7. Cyclones and Hurricanes again. Doubleheader. They must have a doubleheader.
That's what's hot on the streets right now.
Yeah.
Double headers.
Man, you are lying. You are not
10
lying with them
10 to
damn
6.
doubleheaders, man.
Right.
Roughnecks over the Hooks 6-1. That must be the open division. Stars over the Skeeters 16-4. Desperados or A's Athletics beat Desperados 7-2.
I think that's probably the open division.
Those are all open division, yeah. Which
Yeah.
we try and track, but there's a lot of teams.
What
So-
about the? Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go
No.
ahead. So those fields that, because I've been seeing a lot of the Northland Christian, some other high school fields, and I'm like, man, these are some pretty nice fields.
Oh, they are, bro.
So,
We play a lot at Northland. and
so then
it's
I'm telling
great.
myself, I'm like, man, imagine if Sunday League could have these fields, man.
Yeah.
But I get it. The money, the revenue that's coming in
100%.
pays for all of that.
It does.
So
And that's what it. Like I said, that's what's beautiful about Sunday. Not only can you can a league satisfy your workload, right? If you I can't do Saturdays, I can't do Sundays, I can do weekend, whatever, but also can fit your budget,
yeah,
right? Your budget, because with the Mexican leagues, Reda and International, because I shout out to the Apaches. I play on International with Xavier. You're paying $5 a game, right? And a lot of times the coach manager absorbs the team fee, or he charge, depending. Some people charge you the team fee, or sometimes the coach is like, hey, I'll pay team fee, just pay the umpires fees every week. But that's your budget, right? You $5 every day, or $5 every Sunday. Where, HBA, HHL, I'm not sure Coastal how they do it, but I know that with us, like you're paying 200 plus to play, but in at least in my mind, when I'm paying 200 plus, I'm like, well, I get cameras, I get better fields, and I get some really good umpires. I mean, we had Choice on last week, and he's like, because he's played in almost every fucking league, and he's like, hey man, I had to see what HBA Saturday was about, and he goes, man, it's right up there. It's right up there. You got good fields, you got good umpires, because sometimes, like I'll tell you, like International, we got one umpire. He's behind the mound. He does the best he can behind the upside mound, behind the fucking behind the mound.
No, you're right.
I was right, because I think that's not behind the plate.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
What did he say? What did
He
Josh
said
say?
if Ramona's really a team, then y'all should come up with y'all's own saying. Just saying. I don't know what that people.
I believe he
Elaborate,
was referring
please.
to Ramones Everywhere. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, that is too funny.
If I'm reading between the lines there.
I give it to you, Josh, man. It was. Shout out to my boy Bray one time for that, man. Shout out to Bray.
Yeah, let's say scroll up a little bit. I think Juan says something about the fees.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go, right there. So see Juan, wait, go down. Where do you go, Juan? Go
No,
up a little
right
bit. Yeah, there you
there.
go, right there. Juan says that Sunday League team pays $600.
Wait, where'd he go?
HBA
God
because people are
damn.
commenting,
Oh, okay.
and then HBA team fee is
Jesus.
26. Now here's the difference though. The manager, what's beautiful about HBA is that the manager doesn't come up with the fees, right?
Right.
Like you're not coming in like, hey, I need $600, $2,600, let me come in. No, the amount, the reason how he came up with that amount is what the minimum that a team's supposed to have. I think is 13 players, and it's $280 or some shit like that. So that's how you come up with the 2,600. So
Enough to cover the overhead. So
yeah, and where I remember HHL, it was like $2,000 or something like that. I can't remember Jonathan talking about it, but it's some money, and then you got to collect it all,
Yeah.
right? If you like, I want to start a team, I gotta collect the money, and if people are short, I gotta come up with the rest, and then say pay me through the season, which never
Payment
turns
plans,
out,
yeah.
which never turns out very good, right? You end friendships like that over money.
Yeah, for real.
So that's what I liked about HPA is that you just paid straight to the fee. Like if you want to play, you pay straight to the league. So
yeah, go to the website. That's how you do everything.
And the other thing too about HPA that they did is and it was over the last few years is they allowed what we call PPG, paid per game players, right? So they allowed that, hey man, you're short this week. All right,
Right.
bring this player in. He's gonna pay $20, and you gotta pay to the league, and then it's announced. You know what I'm saying? If I bring Alo, hey, Alo's in here,
wow.
and he confirms, okay, cool, you can play this Saturday, right?
Right.
Then you got to make sure that you have enough games through the week, through the season to play for the playoffs. But if you're here filling in here and there, I can play you, and it's all legit, right? I mean,
Right.
you can still be a D1 player, you can still be a whatever MLB player, but we paid
We
for
need
you.
you on record.
We'll get you on record, right? There's no
Oh.
secret, there's no nothing.
And
So-
that's
Right.
another thing that's great about this league. Everything's on record, right? You could go into the stats. You look at every player that was played every game on
Right.
every team throughout the whole season.
yeah,
Like all that is there.
yeah, all
and
that.
the stats are everything is
So can you
generated.
play on different teams, or you have
No,
to stay
no.
with that?
You have to stay with that
Yeah,
team.
now you can
that's
pl-
what the 4 or 5 games you said,
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Because like
okay.
on Friday, that Friday league is one game, right? And then Saturday is another team.
Juan,
and-
we get it, Juan.
What do you think? What did Juan say?
Nah, he was like, that's why somebody uses city fields and HB uses private fields.
And it comes down to the
right.
money,
You get what
right?
you pay for,
pay
right?
what you-
Yeah,
yeah,
like
exactly.
like the running joke is, when you pay Spirit fees, you're gonna fly Spirit. And then when you got United, you're gonna pay a little bit more money. You got a little bit more class there, right? So it's just the way it goes. You get what you pay for. And again, there's nothing wrong with because
course not,
I've said
no.
this from the beginning, bro. At the time I wasn't playing Mexican League anymore, and it's like I'm not saying those guys ain't good because those guys are fucking ballers, bro. You guys can fucking
Yeah.
ball over there.
There
It's
is.
just the fields. I just didn't like the fucking fields, man. You take a fucking ground ball to the fucking face. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't
So
lying.
you know what I'm saying?
You ain't lying.
So you play in fields. You know what I'm talking about? So
Right.
it's that's the only thing I couldn't stand. And the private fields they're a little bit better. I mean, you play in
Right.
Northern Christian. It's one of the better fields, dude. We play on turf sometimes, bro. Turf, and we get to play at night. Like we get to play at if you have a late game, the lights come on.
Right.
So you're playing in the light. So
And I don't know if you knew this, but in the spring we had an all-star game, and we would use the Constellation Field, the Sugarland Skeeters Constellation Field, for our all-star game.
yeah,
I've heard
Yeah.
of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
One
And
of my
that's
buddies used to
pretty
play
legit to play there.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I mean
Oh,
it's
fuck yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like it's like the field is perfect, bro.
Yeah.
The field, like I was having a conversation with somebody when we were at the All-Star game there, and we were fucking up, and we looked at each other like, how the fuck are we fucking up on this field, right? How are we fucking up, right?
there. Right.
And what's going on in your brain is your brain's going, no, the ball's not gonna do this because you're used to playing on your fucking
Right.
field where
You're
the ball.
anticipating.
Yes, when it's just a true hop. It's like just play normal, like the ball's gonna continue to bounce this way, and that's what you're gonna do. And so it was after me and him talked about it, we both laughed about it and kind of go, okay. And then we got our heads right, and we're like, all right, cool. Play the fucking hop the way it is. There's nothing gonna do nothing crazy unless you're at the edge where the dirt and the grass is. But other than that, it's gonna
Right.
be fucking normal, right? So it was definitely nice to play on those kind of fields and shit. So like I said, there's a budget, there's a day and time, there's a league for you somewhere in Houston for you to fucking play, and what I like is that now more and more players, bro, are playing in different leagues, right? So now you really getting a huge mix
Right.
people, right? Coastal, HBA, Sunday Herrera, like there's just everybody getting meshed in together. So
Right.
it's like sometimes we're teammates on this day and sometimes we're opponents on that other
Right.
day.
Don't talk to me during the game, but after the game, let's go for a drink. But
Exactly.
so there's what 2, 3 leagues that play during the week, and we've talked about it before. Me and my squad with the Ramones, and we tell each other, man, we have players to show up on Sundays, 9, 12 players, sometimes 9, and we tell each other, can we really play in a league that plays on a Friday or Thursday? And we tell each other, nah, ain't nobody showing up on those days because
Right.
everybody here works. Everybody here
100%.
works. But man, I don't know. It's just like I think we've been molded and grown in on just Sundays
Yeah.
to where the competition's there.
Yeah, it is.
Man, our ace, well, one of our aces, Darwin, Juan, Larry, Raul. Man, one of our aces plays he's at LSU Shreveport, Lance, topping out at 93, 94. And I get a lot of people on my TikTok. They're saying, man, Sunday League is trash. Bunch of fat old men playing baseball, throwing 45. So then I posted a video of Larry. Shout out to Larry once again. Him throwing against Cuba, a couple clips. And they're like, damn, man, so Sunday League really isn't, what we thought it was. And
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? It's just a whole lot of people behind the keyboard typing.
Oh, it is.
And, I told him, I was like, hey, man, step in the box against.
But here's the thing, though. How many times have you seen a player, a team, and I'll say this, how many times have you seen a team go down with a guy throwing 60,
Oh,
throwing 50,
man.
right? Because
They stopped us about 3, 4 innings.
right, you know what I'm saying? They fuck you up because your timing's fucked up. It's all
Oh.
timing, bro. I mean, I was actually talking to my nephew about it. I was like, look, I told my nephew, because my nephew was at all 3 of my games. I said, do you see the pitches are different? And I said, you see how I adapt?
Right.
I could easily make excuses because, dude, I was throwing guys that were throwing high 80s on fucking Friday, and then you got guys in that on Saturday he was throwing what 60,
Perfect.
70, right? And then boom, here I am, Sam, which probably throwing high 70s, maybe low 80s. And it's like but you got to adjust, bro. You got to fucking adjust.
You have
And
to.
I've seen fucking players trash talk. They'll see a guy throwing 60. I'm gonna rock him. What do you do? Pop up. What do you do?
He
Pop
rocks
up.
you.
Yeah, he rocks you, bro. I
Right.
mean, he rocks you. So some of these guys want the fastball pitcher, and it's like they up 100%. They'll make you fucking pay. They'll send that fucking 85, 90 going the other fucking way.
Right.
But then you throw that slow one, and it fucks them up. So to me, any given day, and I'm glad that the competition has gone up, and of course, a lot of guys can, like you said, type from the keyboard and talk their fucking shit, but until they get on the field and fucking do it, and then do 13 fucking innings and a doubleheader, bro, like that's respect. Like I'm fucking tired just talking about it.
Man, I'm still sore right now. Man, I went to the gym. Got a little workout in earlier yesterday as well, and I'm just stretching. Like usually I go in, have my little regimen, sauna, Stairmaster, whatever. But the past 2 days, it's been 75% stretching,
Right.
man. Because, man, when I say those games wore me out, I thought, Monday I was going to be good. Fuck, no, man. I turned this way. Yeah, nah, man.
You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
try to win it in 9 next time.
Yeah, exactly. Try to take a hey, motherfuckers, shut this shit out at 9. So do we got any more, Cody? Oh, we Friday. We talked about Friday already.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we did. No, we got no more Sunday. Okay. Anything else?
That's all I got.
You got any last? So we did an hour and 40 minutes. That's pretty good.
Nice, nice.
Nice. We got some comments in there. Okay, we did good there. You got any last fucking things you want to shout out, bro?
Yeah, man, for sure. I want to give a big shout out, to my squad, Los Ramones, week in and week out. We grind during the week. Every now and then we'll have a home run derby between us, friendly competition.
Yeah.
We've we've gotten kicked out of high schools. We've almost gotten taken to jail.
You guys
because-
hopped the fence away.
Yeah.
That was badass.
Yeah. Just for love of the game, for love of the game. Another one, my boy Willie Torres, he was in a bad car accident out in Mexico. He's one of our good players too. But he's doing well. He's doing well. He has a baby on the way, so shout out to
Cool.
my boy Willie. But overall, man, great show. I enjoyed the environment. The vibes were always there because me, I'm big on vibes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys really seen my TikToks, but I'm always vibing.
No, I do. I did.
Yeah.
I caught a couple of them and shit. Yeah.
And that's the reason why I stick to the team that I'm on, because
Call
That's
from.
Buzz Tees.
To accept, press 1.
Who was
To
it?
send a voicemail, press 2.
Yo, who this?
Hey,
Who this?
hey, Bo.
Who?
Is that Big Mo?
Bo?
Mo?
Yeah, Bo.
Bo.
Oh, what's up, Mo or Bo?
Bo.
Bo.
Oh, this Jose?
Yeah, man.
Oh shit! I was trying to fucking. I was trying to fucking.
I was like, who is he? I was like, Jose, Mo, Bo.
Yo,
Like,
look at this thing.
Bo me shit.
We are not in tune with your nickname, okay?
Yeah,
Yo,
I mean,
shout out to Dominique real
Nah,
quick.
obviously not.
hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just started calling you that like 2 weeks ago, so give me some time to fucking recognize. I still say what's up, Jose. So,
All right, all
I
right.
still refuse at this point, but eventually I'll come around.
right, all right. So what's going on, bro? What you want to say?
Oh, man, I just wanted to call in and say what's up to Alo. I haven't seen him in a while.
What's up, Jose?
And,
What's up, brother?
Want to tell a story about Alo.
Okay, let's go. Let's hear it.
All right, so when I met Alo, it was at Clark Park where they have the basketball courts. And we had just finished playing the game. I think we won that game. They were shorthanded, I think. And they always had a good squad. But after the game, I remember Alo came out with this. He was passing out flyers, like this little piece of paper, and it said Alo Outdoors YouTube channel. And he came up to me after the game, so cool, so chill. We had a beer. He's like, "Hey man, you want to follow my YouTube? I do this, I do that." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I started following this guy, man, and man, talk about humble beginnings, and he put himself out there, and that's why he is where he's at right now. And I always say it, I'm not the biggest fan of how he talks about stuff sometimes, but we all have our things. I'm not the best at baseball games either. I lose my cool.
No, I've never seen that before, bro.
Yeah, there's no video or nothing.
So, but I always follow up with, but he's a freaking great guy, dude. Like you get to know this guy, solid dude, man. So I just wanted to call and say that because I know there's a lot of people that can't stand him or talk crap about him, but man, if y'all get to know the real Alo, man, that's one class act, bro. He's a good dude.
No,
Appreciate you, Jose.
and
Much love.
he's right, bro. Because like, when you first came on, bro, like, and you were saying your shit, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy, Alo, bro? I mean, I was really asking around you,
Yeah.
and I ain't gonna lie, there was not a lot of good things said about you, right? So I'm like, who the fuck is this dude?
Hell yeah,
right?
let's go.
But then I met you, right, bro? And we talked about, hey, I don't understand it. Like you said, like that's not the picture that I got painted, right? Like this ain't the
Right.
dude that everybody was
Yeah,
talking about,
yeah.
right? I'm like, damn, man, this dude's cool as
Yeah.
humble. Like you
Right.
said, like I was like thinking, even though over here you sound like you got a big head, but you're fucking you're humble, right? So
Maybe
No,
he's a
you know what
different
it
guy on
is?
the field.
It's
He's a
just-
different guy on the field. Maybe
man.
that's it.
Or-
Exactly. That's what it is because he's actually freaking good. He's really good at ball. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Appreciate
probably
that.
where he gets his confidence from.
yeah, well, you gotta
I
have
mean-
some confidence, right? For sure, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
and what, dude? And that's why I posted the way I posted. I'm like, even if you don't like them, 400, 4 point whatever
Right.
million people did, right? And fucking. Fucking X corrects me. Well, that's not four. What I don't know if it was 4.2,
Yeah,
4.3.
it's 4.7 million.
Okay. He goes, well, those are not all different people. And I'm like, all right, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, motherfucker? It's 14.7 likes, motherfucker. That's what I was trying to get at. You know what I'm saying? But that's X. He wasn't doing it to hate on you.
nah,
He's
nah.
just like,
Man, I've known over time, man. People are gonna hate me. People are gonna love me. But at the end of the day, man, I just do me.
Yeah, yeah.
I do me, man. I talk the way I talk. I sometimes,
Yeah.
hey, man, I screw up. But
Yeah.
you know what? What's said is said, and it is what it is. All I can do is just go about it, take that next step, and go about my business.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, for sure, man. Yeah.
As you get older, I started judging people by the things they do, not what the things they say. So,
Or what people say about him, right? You got to know yourself, right? You
Yeah,
got to
hell
like.
yeah, hell
I mean,
yeah.
cause
Right.
because that was my thing, bro. Like I'm like, man, who the fuck is this dude, bro? Like,
I remember, yeah. Because I used to talk shit. I
Yeah.
was like, man,
Ramones, hey, follow my fucking TikTok.
Yeah,
bro. And like you said, he was putting himself out there, and I was sitting there laughing. I'm like, who the fuck is this dude, bro? And I remember I'd fuck with him, like, hey, let me get on the show. And I was like, bro, are you gonna talk anything else besides about yourself? like, I'll bring you on. We talk about baseball, bro. But like, you got that more, you like it's gonna get boring, bro. But
Right.
but I mean,
Jose, I feel the same way. That's why I judge you by the wins that you have, and not the way you talk to umpires.
not my anger. Yeah, don't
No.
judge me by my anger.
oh
Yeah,
shit.
not judging what you say to umpires, but by what you do with your guys on the field.
No,
Yeah, no, Jose's a good guy, bro. Like,
Hopefully,
me,
you send him some candy or something.
Well, it's funny
Yeah.
because me and Jose, like when because he's had a presence, like known him from the
Right.
Mexican League, right? And I played in there. I don't. We probably played against you. I just don't remember, or maybe when I left, he was on or getting whatever. But I don't remember playing against him in the Mexican League. But I remember when he came to HBA, me and him, like he was like in the manager's chat, like and even like just off the plate, he would be in there like we're starting something, bro. Like it's not big, it's not huge, it's
Right.
it's for us, right? Us ball players, and he was always there supporting. So I remember I ran up to him, I was like, hey, bro, like you down to do an interview, and I'm like, because it seemed like he was really into.
What he does.
Right.
Right.
and he was into the league. Like he was like seeing the difference between Obrera or Mexican League and then this, the organization and stuff. And he's like, yeah, no. And I was like, I remember I go, but you like it, right? Like I want to make sure if I get you on, you're not gonna fucking talk trash about the fucking league because that ain't gonna go over too well. And then he was like, no, I love it. And so he's been a cool dude, man.
For
And
sure. Hell yeah.
I mean, he hooked me up with the fucking logo that we have, and he's a cool dude. So it's I think I get along with everybody, even though some pitchers choose to hit me a little bit more than others. But I think I get along with everybody. I get along with everybody, but I always let, like, somebody might tell me something about somebody. I'm like, all right, I'll keep it in the back of my mind. But until
Right.
until I run into and then you talk to me like that or you act like that, I'm just gonna treat you face value however you talk to me. So
Right.
when I ran into you, I'm like, damn, it's not the same dude that everybody's talking about. And it just sometimes people just don't vibe. Some people just don't get along. Me and him, I got along fine. I was like, man, this dude's cool as fuck. So
not everybody's gonna like you. Not everybody's gonna like everybody.
Amen
Right.
to that.
So it's gonna be.
Amen to that.
yeah,
Can't please everybody, can you, Bo?
Fuck no. Hell
no, man.
I mean, especially if you're Cody, everybody likes you. So.
I'm just
Cody,
a
do you have
likable
any
guy.
haters, bro?
I don't think Cody has haters,
Have you
bro.
ever
That's
had a
because
hater?
I don't get online
I know you
to
had-
attract
You
haters.
probably
Right.
called somebody's girl at one point.
That's
Hey,
probably
but
that's
why,
this is a baseball show, This is a man problem show.
that's probably why Cody doesn't stay online. They don't want to find him.
That's it.
Oh man.
You stay hid, you will dodge the haters.
Dude, it's funny because people will say, man, I only watch the show because of Cody. I'm like, man, shut the fuck up. I said, that's why we got Cody on there, man. He keeps, we all got different personalities, bro. So it definitely, it's a good
Yeah.
vibe and
Right.
it's a good show. And I appreciate you both supporting the show. You always have. So, keep it going
Yeah,
and
man.
and good luck in the playoffs, man.
For sure. For sure.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah. Not the season we wanted. We went almost undefeated last season, and then
Yeah, I
we
remember
this
that.
season we got 4 losses, bro. So it's not that easy. Definitely, the competition's getting stronger over here.
Yeah, for sure,
For
dude.
sure, bro.
You got to stay on top of your game. We talked about it earlier. You can have a great season as a team or a player, and then you come back next season and you're just not the same.
You're not the same, bro. You're not the
Not the
same.
same.
It's
It's
not.
hard.
It's hard.
It's very hard to go undefeated in this league.
Oh,
I'll
it
tell
is,
you that.
dude, and it's hard to continue that momentum, right? Because any given Sunday,
Yeah.
how many times do we sit up here and scratch our heads whether we look at the stats online, right? Because I know he's always like, hey man, put your stats, because you want to see what happened or who beat who or how the game played out, the box score, but sometimes
right.
you scratch your head and you're like, that team beat that
Right.
team? Like, what the fuck happened? Like, now you want to know what happened, right? Because it's like, I would have not guessed that. So I definitely that's
You
what.
jump on,
Go ahead. What?
you jump on StadiumCast and check it out.
Yeah.
At
no,
that point.
and it's true with the stadium cast. I mean, now you can just fucking pick whatever game you want to watch.
What is that? Is that like Game Changer or?
No. So
No,
stadium.
it's our on-demand and live feed of the games.
Oh.
Like when him and I were in Phoenix,
Right.
we missed a game. Well, we were watching a game because we didn't make the championship. But anyway, we were in Timbe
That's why we
Diablo.
missed it.
We were watching it, and then I was like, "Hey, the Pirates are playing right now." I pulled out my phone and we watched it in the stands.
Yeah, we're watching it live.
You can watch it live
But you
and
can-
on demand.
wow.
It
And on
stores
demand.
in a cloud service.
Yeah, so-
just
And-
part
and
of
now-
the feed that you
Now
pay.
they're paying people to keep score too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think somebody posted. I can't remember who, but they were like, "Hey, or it might have been you. I don't know." But it's a great opportunity for a young kid, 15,
Yeah.
16-year-old, to make a little cash, keep them off the streets.
Yes.
You know.
Because I was trying to. That's another thing, right? Yeah, no, but here's the thing. I need to take his. I'm not gonna take him to fucking North Clinton Christian
Okay.
because I thought about that too. I'm like, hey, no, I said, no, wait a minute, no, it involves me.
Yeah.
But that's the thing that I definitely like about the HBA is that they're definitely keep upping the game, right? Like you had Stadium Cast, right? And then they had a program where now you can see the score in the innings and you can see the count, right?
Oh, wow.
And then, but what happened was it was up to the manager, and Bo does a really good job of because he has his phone out there, so he like definitely when we play Bo, I hate playing him because they're a good fucking team, but
Right.
he keeps the stats fucking on
Updated.
point, updated because he's right there, right? But the other thing that the manager had to do was update that feed and say, hey, here's the score, here's the inning, here's that. But it was kind of hard to keep up with. As a manager, you're trying to keep up with everything else, and that made it tough.
Right.
So the president realized that and said, okay, let me pay this kid a couple bucks, whatever they pay him, to keep up with the scores. And it now when you watch it on demand, you can go, oh man, let me skip over to the fifth inning, let me skip over to the third inning.
that's legit.
Yeah, bro, you
Damn,
what's going
that's
on.
live.
So it's probably the next thing when me and Cody retire, maybe we'll be announcing it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Should we know? That might be a $20,000 year job.
You know what I'm saying?
And
So-
a part-time shit.
Yeah.
Dude, with him, we're like we were out there in Phoenix just joking around, like, hey, just Cody's better at this than I am. I'm trying to vibe off of Cody, but Cody's like announcing, hey, well, this guy's doing this and doing that, and I'm like trying to chime in with him,
Right.
which is very difficult to do unless
It's
you.
a tough thing to do.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a tough thing, but it's fun. It's fun. But we're always
Right.
trying to up the game. But yeah, man. Anything else you want to say, Bo?
Yeah, shout out to my boys, my Cyclones, Saturday Cyclones. For
Right.
HBA, man. Love my boys. Gotta shout them out, and shout out to the Ramones, Hot Shots, all the old big teams that we used to play back in Odetta. Man, we missed y'all, but we won't go back. I think we found a new home here, and maybe one day y'all come over here so we can play together.
For sure. Hey, Jose.
Ramon.
Jose, one thing I do want to mention before we head out, it's cool that how he said that about the flyers, because I still have tons of flyers in my truck right now. And it started with my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
because
Because you
Yeah.
get fishing,
right,
right?
he liked
Yeah.
my outdoor stuff.
Dude,
And-
him and his pop will go and catch like hundreds of fish. Like he still has it up.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Man, excursions.
So I used to literally make these copies at work without my job knowing. Cut them out. I used to get on my bike, ride around downtown. Hey, check out my YouTube channel. Go to the flea market, check out my YouTube channel. Before I had this little TikTok platform, and it started from something so small, and I was like, you know what? Let me make this little TikTok, promote my YouTube, and I was showing little clips of my the drag screaming so they could follow, and it wasn't going anywhere. So I was like, you know what? Let me post some umpire, some baseball stuff. One thing led to another, and shit, we're here.
We're here, yeah, man.
So
No, that's dope, and that's the thing, man. You got to grind. You got to grind at your thing,
Man.
because I remember. Now that you said that, I remember being at a Mexican League game and somebody saying, "Oh, that dude has a fucking fishing channel or some shit." I don't remember who the fuck they were pointing at,
Yeah.
right? And I'm sure they're pointing to you, but I was like, and I remember I was like, "Oh yeah, now it's starting to come together." But at anything you do, you have to want to like it. Like, I mean, same thing with this show, right, bro? Like
Right.
from when we started the first season
Yeah.
to where we are now, like I've definitely tried. We've tried to up the show and figure things out. We got guests in here, and because at the end of the day, like I tell different people, it's like at the end of the day, this is for us. This is for. That's why I'm not a hater of MLB. I'm not a hater of the Astros or none of that. It's just, but this show's about us. You can go to ESPN and watch all that shit and comment on their fucking things about that. But here, this is about us. This is here to shout
Right.
out what you did at your game, what your team is doing, what that team is doing, and hopefully at some point I can get it to where I'm showing videos right as
Yeah.
we're talking about it, so we can sit there like, dude, what'd you think about this play? This
Right.
and that, and then we all can chime in. And dude, I'm pretty sure the fucking viewership would go to the fucking roof if I can get that. But it's a progression, and
Right.
and that's cool, man. That you start at the humble beginnings of handing
No,
out flyers.
yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Man,
It's
it
coming.
was-
It's like
it was tough.
baseball. You get better, right? We try to get better with the show. You try to get better in ball.
Yeah.
Eventually, I think
It
we'll
pays
get
off.
there.
Yeah. I think
Oh,
we'll
yeah, for
eventually
sure,
get there.
man.
You know.
You know,
So,
they say, you got to respect the hustle.
Yeah.
Enjoy the hustle.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't like. That's why when you would come on the show and say, "Hey man, like I was like, that's funny to me," but I'm like, I'm not hating on you, right? Like I
Right.
mean, that's cool, you know. Like he's just trying to grow his viewership,
Right.
and he's trying to get people. And I watch the shows, and I'd watch your TikToks. I'm like, again, dude, TikTok gets really fucking addicting, man. It
Oh,
goes, you go down a
man.
fucking wormhole, right?
You are not lying.
So it's hard to keep up with that shit. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, I appreciate Bo coming on and saying some good things because maybe not enough people understand that part of you or know that part of
Right.
you. So
Sounds like Bo
course.
might
Yeah.
be fishing. What do
No,
you
it's
think?
not a maybe.
He's on the boat somewhere, shoot.
he's on the pier and shit, right?
Man, thanks for the invite.
So, oh shit.
Nah, well, all right, y'all. I'm go ahead and jump off, man. I appreciate y'all answering the phone and
Oh
I
yeah, we
appreciate
appreciate you
the-
calling, sharing the info.
Yeah, I appreciate you calling, man. Have a good night and get your ass up early
no
and hit
problem.
that gym.
Hell yeah. Keep
Yeah,
the
man.
grind. Keep the
5
grind,
o'clock,
brother.
I gotta go.
All
I'll
right.
get it.
All right, man.
All right, y'all.
Later.
Good night.
See ya.
All right. All right, Alo, you good? All right, man.
real.
Appreciate
It's
you
been
coming
real.
on. Cody,
Yeah,
you got
thanks
anything?
for being here. No, I know we talked about this, but we had a bad injury, and thoughts to Connor because
Yeah.
that's tough to overcome. I've
Big
been
time.
there, and we love this game, but we got to take care of ourselves.
For sure.
Yeah.
Injuries happen,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you gotta stay focused mentally and just get over it.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta recover, and hopefully he comes back to the game.
Yeah, hopefully it does, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully it does. All right, man. Good night. Just hit inland left feet at the bottom right there.
Real quick,
Oh.
shout out to Manny. I know he's been wanting to shout out the whole day. So the dude from Coastal, the guy that like has Apollos and all that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't, man.
Man Ramp. But yeah, shout out to you, bro.
Hey, is he
I
the
was
one that
away
reached?
from-
Ask him if he's the one that reached out to me today. Cause there was somebody that reached out to me today. Was like, hey, bro, I want to co-host with you.
Then maybe, yeah.
I don't remember if it was him or not,
Shout
man.
out to you, Manny. Sorry it's late, but I got you, bro. I got you.
You
There
got
it
it in
is.
there. There it is.
Yeah.
All right, man.
But yeah, for sure.
All right, so just hit it left feet.
End live video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good
All
night.
right. Peace
Good.
out, everybody.
Bye.
And